Just missed that woo, then that was a shame. I'm pressing just too soon. Oh, too late. But, hello. Tonight is episode 2 of chapter 5. You guys are all the way here on the southern side of Siren's Rest. I'm gonna ping you guys. I remember how to ping. There we go.
Yes.
Old Man Feral, thank you for the subscription. Cheers, Chris. It's appreciated. 7-month streak, baby. Trying to remember now what happened last session. It was a mishmash episode, wasn't it? I can't remember the first half. This is me. Right, I remember that. I'll say the bits I remember, and then if there's anything relevant, like last time when I missed telling you guys about the entire revealing of the plot, please let me know. But the bits Danny remembers, because although it's only been 2 weeks, it's a lot's gone on. You guys were starting to look... Now you guys have established an idea of what you're up against, where it is, and maybe the tech level and the strategies employed by your adversaries, the Yuan-Ti, you know, because you're not allowed to have your own civilization when this party's around. Goddamn. So, you are looking for means of preparing, and that is mostly down to recruitment and improvement. The improvement, however, you are short of the shiny click-clacks in your pouch, and you went in search of work for money. And you went to Vice Admiral Morgan on board the Baroness's fleet, and you picked up some quests. You picked up 4 quests, although one of them you couldn't commit to it fully, so you kind of told them, leave that for now. And they are as follows. In the southwest of the archipelago, there is a Triton ship, apparently, that can submerse in some way that has been harassing other vessels, and you have been sent word that this ship must be ended, whether destroyed, disbanded, took over. So long as it is not doing its current activities, that is your purpose. And you have been offered a bounty of 35,000 gold pieces for doing this. There is also a ship in the east that is causing issues, and it is causing raids. And that has a bounty of 40,000 gold pieces. I should specify as well, the ship in the southeast, last seen south of Genie's Lament. The other ship, which is in the east, has been spotted in and around Fire Isle. That was the last locations, obviously. And there are also some raids going on at Fire Isle as well, coming from the land. And there's been a bounty of 9,750 gold pieces if you can eliminate those responsible. You guys are currently en route to Ulster's Den as a means to pick up Vith, your spy master, that you have let work for quite a bit and then maybe definitely forgot about. But you've remembered. Yeah, no. You didn't forget. You just let him cook. You just let him cook. That's it. You definitely didn't forget. No. And you guys are about
other stuff.
you guys are about 2 to 3 days out from there. And you guys are coming back into this session now, on the morning of a night's worth of travel. I believe it's the night where Josiah, you caught Francesco and spoke to him on the bow of the ship and gave him some artistic criticism.
No, that's been a couple of days.
Was that a couple of days?
Yeah, because they've seen a shapely figure taking form.
But
bottom half of a...
The bottom half of a bottom half. Yeah, damn. But we bring you guys in. And you guys are in a travel sequence, so obviously it is semi-cutscene, so obviously if there is anything you guys want to open with and want to start, please say now or forever hold your pizza, as you are travelling to Ulster's Den. That if I double check, you're about 2 days out, just shy of 2, maybe like a day and 20 hours maybe. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
So are we 2 nights up?
Yeah, just less than. It's morning now. You will probably arrive at port at about dawn, maybe. In 2 days. Because
I'm going to be spending time.
Because the ship averages about 48 miles a day, and you're 75 miles out. Yeah, 75 miles.
No, I'll wait.
Nye would like to spend some time working on, the spell. Well, the spell work and craft of the same thing that I've been working on to try and either reverse or enhance Loxana's devilish time passing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because you are of a higher level now. You have learned and gained some knowledge and experience. Make a D100 roll, actually.
D100, okay. I see. 93. Don't know what that means, but 93.
Well, considering I was in my head, I'd already selected for you to roll high. That's pretty good, actually. Because normally I always do, because lower is worse, remember. Normally, in most D100 situations I roll, so higher is better. So, thankfully, you didn't accidentally think up of a spell formula that may have murdered her. You may have thought up of one that might be remotely useful. Given the situation and learning a bit more, now speaking with Arkier for the second time about the situation, and there was brief conversation, and I'm going to assume there was more conversation made off-screen about it, probably like passive, like comments, just thoughts and ideas as you've worked on your idea. Given the issue that the soul is, while tethered to the body, is currently separate, that you need to essentially find a means of, through the arcane, pulling the tether that is attached to the soul, almost like, imagine someone tied to a rope and you've got to pull that rope in. But you've got to do it in such a way that doesn't sever the tether, because that would essentially leave the body, while alive, completely and impossibly catatonic, and you would be looking at extremely high-level spells to fix that.
Is the best way of describing it, because I know that, is it almost like I've got to think of an arcane like winch system? Because winches tend to not break the bond, but I've got to kind of think of a way to winch it in.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. There's an invisible. The simplest way to explain this is, connected from the heart to the soul, there is an invisible tether and a rope. And while the soul is not in the body and the body is alive, that tether is attached and it protrudes. And you've got to find a way to pull it in safely. And essentially with that high roll, that's why I'm giving you a bit more information about the understand, rather than the answer, you've now got a comprehensive understanding of the problem, if that makes sense. Because to know how to fix something, you need to know how it's broken.
Agreed completely.
And there are two very clear ways this can be done. One on the material plane, and one at the location of where the soul is. You can either go to where the soul is, and whatever is snagging on the soul there, destroy it, or you can find a way of forcefully breaking the lock from the material plane side, although that may temporarily open a rift that could cause issues where you are there. And you would have to perform rites and rituals there. Both have their bonuses, both have their drawbacks. It's an ad pro cause of what do you think is best.
So yeah, I think I'd spend the 2 days over this, figuring this out, and then beginning to form different pathways. What
because the spell that you've got to create is basically the enabling of the ritual to perform the rite.
That's it. It's almost like experimental theory is the best way to explain it. So she's almost like going, I need to think of all the different versions that I could potentially do this, and then start that investigation into how would I do that? How would this work? And that kind of thing. So it's going to take a bit longer.
Given the delicate balance as well of dealing with souls and outside of certain forms of arcane magic that are used by wizards, which we will not get into because they are mildly frowned upon. Necromancers.
I know. Yeah.
One of the other arcane specialities that deals with souls usually is a bit more celestial. Might be something to think on. Given that their rites and rituals usually revolve around stuff like this quite frequently.
Okay.
Just a thought. But that's because you got a 93. But continuing your travels, and again, if anyone wants to do anything, please do say. Going into the afternoon and then slowly onto the evening and eventually to the night. One of the Ottos will approach you, Josiah, and this will be in the late evening. The ship will probably be about here at this point, just one more space. Captain, we have encountered a vessel to our west. What would you like us to do?
Any descriptions of it? What's its bearing?
It appears to be a vessel that looks to be about 4 foot in length and about 2 foot in width. Classification rowboat. Occupant, single, humanoid.
Colour me intrigued. Let's make a course to it.
You would like to lay in a bed of my voice? What the? That's a fucking sentence, Chris. Jesus, man. God damn, that's a sentence. But it's not terribly far. The Ottos will explain. The vessel seems to be about 2 miles away. And it's easy enough to catch up to because, surprisingly, a rowboat is not as fast as a sailboat.
Huh.
Who'd have thunk it? So the gains are relatively quick. And it's probably only gonna, realistically, depending on how long you actually spend with the rowboat in the encounter, it's probably only gonna take about an hour or two off your travel time anyway. And because it's the cover of night, this is the reason why the ships managed to get so close. But eventually getting closer, and I would imagine you'd head up to the bow of the boat and like take a
get
good
the
look.
Ottos to wake everyone up as well to say there was a.
Yeah,
just explain.
I would imagine everyone's probably still awake, because by evening, I mean for Rosie's character, she would be aware it's 8:33 p.m. Because evening classifies starts at about 5-6 o'clock, doesn't it? Technically, I would classify anything past like 10 o'clock night.
Yeah.
But gathering everybody to the deck of the ship, and you can see this small rowboat. If anyone would like to eye any more detail, you may. It seems to have a small flicker of light, almost like a flame, maybe.
Is that perception?
Hey.
I'm intrigued.
Can I also look, whilst they're doing that, can I look up the other sides of the boat and just make sure we haven't got a massive ship coming from another direction?
Yeah, not a bait.
Okay, so Vlad is perceiving on the rowboat. Nivara and Jose, you're going to perceive just in case this is any form of ambush.
A ruse, a trap.
Yeah.
Possibly a gambit.
You don't need to do that, guys. Don't be silly.
Just saying.
With you, we have to do all this.
It's pirates. Pirates. A pirate place. I've been looking for the danger for so long. This feels dangerous.
I was going to say, to be fair, you haven't actually had any proper classical pirate encounters yet. You've been...
No.
You've been pretty good.
Thank you.
Oh, not like as in you've done well, as in like you are good, you're okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, God.
Looking around for any other potential ships, it's hard to see at night, but you can see almost like stars twinkling. At the minute, looking at the map, your ship's bow is pointing to the east, because when the Otto mentioned the ship, it was to the ship's west, which was east actual.
Oh, no, then you need starboard and port them.
Yeah, I always get starboard and port confused is the problem.
So
when I say northeast southwest, I mean as per the map. When I say the ship's heading, like the ship's west, it's basically left.
So is it closest to Ulster's Den than our boat, rather than the opposite way?
No, it's in open ocean almost. You can see if you really look the darkened horizon of the island miles and miles away, but it's very far. And the twinkle lights of the actual settlement are on the southern side, so you wouldn't see those. But you can see on the north of the map, so to the ship's left.
Port's left.
Is it port left? Okay, I'll try and remember that.
Well, I always remember it as left is 4 letters, port's 4.
Okay.
If that helps.
Okay.
I like that.
To the ship's port, as the ship is currently facing to the east, you can notice some twinkling, almost like stars, miles and miles away on the horizon, that look like ships travelling in the night, and obviously you can see their torch and candlelight. But nothing seems to be seen nearby. Catch you beyond this rowboat, and Vlad, you take a good look. And Uldar, I'm assuming you're looking at the rowboat as well?
Rowboat, yeah.
Yeah. You see,
the
only thing you can see, because there's a small light source, and it looks to flicker almost like a flame. And that's coming from the bow of the rowboat in front of the person that is sat there, and it's giving like a backlit shadow to the guy. Looks to be humanoid. Looks to be relatively well built. Quite stocky. It's a rowboat. There's not much more you can see because it's dark and you are about a mile out. That's it.
Can anyone throw their voice magically? As Josiah, can anyone do anything like that? Or
not really.
Only about 30 feet.
So no. Does it just make your voice loud? I don't think it makes. You can project it from somewhere within 30 feet, but doesn't it? Can't you make your voice loud?
I don't believe anybody currently, as per their. Has anyone in the party ever thrown their voice, other than using messages and stuff?
I've done it. I can do it with an illusion, but it's not going to be very loud. I wouldn't have thought.
Okay.
A lion's roar. Probably about as loud as I can get.
Do faint musical notes, Captain? Do you mean thaumaturgy?
Magic I don't do great at, but yeah, just whatever, just let them, be like, we're coming, but we're friendly, yeah.
Vlad?
Yes, I can help.
Do you have anything that can throw your voice, make it louder?
Unfortunately, I got nothing.
Uldar?
Only the illusion, but it's not going to be too loud.
Turn to Captain to speak. Unless either of you two can do it?
Oh well.
No.
This guy is hopefully smart enough to see a big fuck off ship.
I will. What I will do, though, if we're trying to make it, is I will extend out dancing lights, my little lanterns, out and stretch it out 120 feet to try and gain his attention. Or her attention, the rowboat's attention. So we'll try and have these little, very finely made elven lanterns made of complete light to dance out.
A
Gain their attention.
minor illusion of kind of a glowing figure waving.
It is moving. It's not like a dead body. We must be able to see it better at this point, right? Is that okay?
People got message.
Yeah, I was waiting till we get within 100 feet, but I do also want to. Oh, natural 20. At least try and see if I can see anything.
Yeah.
As soon as we get within 100 feet, how far is message? I think it is 100 feet. 120. It's 120. As soon as I'm within that range, yeah. Or 90. I think there's some spells that are 90. They're always in 30 feet. Yeah. So as soon as I'm within that range, I will cast a message to the individual, just going, "Hello," with my little my little timepiece like a phone. Hello, can you hear us? Do you need assistance?
I will be up.
What?
Oh.
Ghost thrower.
Ahoy! Do I? Is this a sailor thing? Because I feel like this would be a sailor.
Would I be able to give advantage? Well, too late.
What?
You've sent 3
Oh,
through.
sorry. Yeah.
Oh. I'm about to say the dead sailing the wave seems. Yeah, there would be a story like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ahoy!
Danny, I think you muted yourself.
Bollocks. I don't know how long I've been muted, but I did, you know, my book, I did the thing where I hit the mute button.
Oh,
Thank
Thank you,
boo.
Chris. I don't know how long it's been like that, hopefully not long.
Oh dear.
But they've encountered a man in a rowboat. His head is on fire and he has a skull for a face. No eyes, burning rotten flesh. And when a message was sent, it mentioned about looking for the lost souls, and the souls have been found. But Oldar, you have a bit more of an idea. Like, you've heard of tales like, and again, it's different things depending. But you've heard of tales like similarly what I've described, but you've probably heard a bit more detail them, and probably pinging ideas back and forth between Josiah. It doesn't quite match the descriptions, at least to some of the stories you've heard. Like, you've heard of, like, a man wearing, like, these dark, long robes, scythed weapon, and tends to come in on, like, a nightmare that has the ability to fly. And Nightmare, by the way, is, like, an infernal horse, that, like, a
horse.
fire horse, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've never heard of
Is he
you've never heard of a dead man with a burning face in a rowboat?
Ahoy! Can we
Remember that.
Can we give you some aids, undead fellow?
He'll stand up in the rowboat, turn towards you all, and the jaw opens wide, unnaturally so, and it doesn't move as he speaks, but speaks as if it did. I am looking for the souls of the damned. And I am still waiting.
Look at Ivar would be like,
Waiting for what?
To take them to where they belong. It is my duty.
if we could go get them for you if you paid us.
He will
I
kind
believe
of
it is what?
he will kind of pick the sword up wrapped in the linen and like kind of almost and it's a blade that's about 4.5 to 5 foot long. It's a big weapon. And he kind of digs it into the hull of the boat and kind of uses it to hold himself up as he's standing there, and he sways slightly. You cannot find these souls. But if you have souls to bear, they may be used.
Wait, I'm using mine in a minute. Or I think
That's
I might-
we're kind of using it as, yeah.
Yeah. Apologies, but we don't have any damned souls. Not free ones, anyway.
You'll kind of watch as the head lurches down slightly, and then the upper form just kind of starts to hunch over. And you hear the screeching of metal on metal. As you watch as his form just starts to buckle over himself. Almost as if, like, you know when someone's, like, a really bad stomach and, like they proper, like, double over.
Josiah's going to be like to the Ottos, can we start sailing away, please?
Yeah, we don't want to get anywhere near this.
Yeah,
I'll just leave him do his thing.
Ottos,
Yeah.
make way to carry on.
As you wish, Captain. We will make way, heading back to Ulster's Den and the route
Thank you.
thereforth. And then kind of
I'll
you'll
snuff out.
as you kind of, some of you are kind of cautiously watching. Those that are watching will watch as the pauldron back pin shatters and pings out, and you'll watch as these boned wings start to protrude out of its back.
Oh, great.
As the Ottos are making their way to their positions and angling the sails and moving the ship as needed. And then as the left pauldron, ping, you hear just the crumpling of metal like a tin can being crushed as the back plate just starts to curl and bend out as these bony wings just start to protrude. You notice that they have a similar fire that the head does. There's flesh dangling off, almost threatening to drop into the seas below it, but it never does. The same as the face. The flesh that is there will always remain. Glad.
Yes.
You've had a good long look at this thing, is how I'm going to describe it now. Can you make a perception check?
Let's see if I can beat my last score, 'cause that was a terrible one. Oh, yes, I can.
Nice. Come on, Vlad.
You notice on the chest plate, as you kind of like very, very carefully watching what the fuck is happening here as the Ottos, and you feel the ship beginning to move. You notice an obscurely destroyed symbol on the back that has clearly been desecrated in some way. And it's something that clearly once stood out on this armor piece and has since been destroyed, removed in places and chipped. The reason why I point this out is because it's usually symbols like this that are placed similarly to your own as a like as a cleric or maybe a paladin. It looks to be like it was once a symbol of some deity. Yeah, a religious symbol of maybe like a paladin or something. That has then since been malformed and twisted. If you wanted to make a religion check, you may, because you've got a decent enough view.
Yes. Yes, I definitely want. I want to find out what this religion. There it is. Come on, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
It's hard. But you manage with the high perception roll and a decent enough religion to try and put the pieces together. You see what looks like it once was the symbol of a waterfall being cascaded into a pool. And there is a god that comes into your head, or goddess, I should say in this case, that it matches, but obviously definitely doesn't match the thing wearing it. And that is a goddess by the name of Eldath, the goddess of peace. That seems to be her symbol, or at least it was at one point.
Okay. I'll mention that to the party and see if anyone recognises on if they also concur, just in case I miss
Thing doesn't look peaceful. Not now, anyway.
I'm aware of that. Has anyone had any dealings with them before?
If people from the archipelago would want to make a history check, you may. See if you've ever encountered an Eldathian paladin or priest before.
Or has anyone crossed these people before, I think should be saying.
thing that's getting me is if it's someone for peace no matter what, and he's just looking for lost souls. We've just said there aren't any, and now he's getting angry. Something's
He
wrong.
might be flying away. I doubt.
He could be.
I doubt.
Oh, he doesn't look like it, does he?
Doubt he's.
We don't know yet.
I hope he-
Older, you actually have a recollection of an Oldathian devotee once in your memory. And this came across before you met the party and while you were under and while you've been under the service of the Baroness. While working on her vessel, you remember a small collection of paladins requesting a meeting. You don't know what for, you don't know their purpose. You are aware, though, that they left empty-handed and not pleased. Obviously, whatever they came for, they didn't manage to obtain. You remember there being 3. But you don't remember much more than that.
Right. Yeah, I pass on.
And for what it's worth, they were not flaming corpses.
Yeah.
They were human.
Okay.
But the ship begins to make its way, and as the boat's currently at about half turn, with the aft
I
pointing.
just look into the sky, because if they can fly, where are the other 2? They're not circling above us, are they?
There's nothing above you right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where to look?
And you'll just
Kind of
notice
what?
that as the ship's made about a half turn, and is currently pointing northward, the wings are almost fully protruded at this point. And during the turn, obviously, you have made some distance. You're probably about 100, 150 foot away from the person. As the wings fully protrude, there is a flash of flame that, like, slicks across the surface of the water, and it creates, like, this rapid rise of steam almost very quickly as some surface water gets burnt out, turned into vapor. And you will notice the parts of the rowboats have set alight. And
Ready, Bo?
he starts twitching the wings, almost getting ready to fly.
I'll get my longbow out. Prepare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got the timepiece,
Yeah.
but old. At the end of the day, this entity did not attack first. There must be a reason why.
Yeah. If it comes to attack, then
If it's flying at us, yes, but like, be prepared and hopefully it'll.
At about a full turn this time, probably about 200-300 foot away. Wings beat against the surface of the water, and you'll see a flash of flame. And it's quite easy to track this creature in the sky because it burns like a beacon almost. As it's probably propelled itself about 60 foot in the air with a couple of heavy beats of its wings in the direction of you guys.
Battle stations.
And as you all get ready, the ship's at about a full turn and he's heading westward once again. You notice that the wings decay very quickly after a few more beats while it's in the air, and it's almost using its momentum to glide itself towards your ship. As its propelled movement slows down and it travels from 60 foot, it looks like it travels another 50 feet maybe. So in 2 rounds it's gained 110 feet, but you still are about 190 feet away at this point, and you are lucky in the fact that you hadn't called it sooner. You do notice that the movement seems to be just enough, and the Ottos have worked quickly and diligently enough.
Yay.
The creature, with a heavy
It should have been
splash,
packed up.
probably about 50 foot off the port side of the ship, careens into the water, and you just see the bubbling and hissing and steam coming out of the surface, and you can just see for a few moments the bright lights grow dim as it falls into the water. and he's gone.
Would have liked his sword, but I feel like he would have set fire to the ship, so...
The sword wasn't on fire.
No, the ship. No.
Yeah.
If he got to the ship, yeah, he could have set us on fire.
So, just saying, maybe we don't go for everything in the rowboat moving forward.
Now he's crippling fear
Wow.
of rowboats.
Wow. Wow.
Also-
What happens if it was like some magical wizard man who could aid us and be a strong ally? Like, we wouldn't know until we got there.
Fuck him. If he is in a rowboat and he's travelled all that distance away from shore, something is very wrong.
Alright.
I'm surprised no one
also-
picked up on that initially, I'll be honest.
Oh my
I
god,
did.
like literally as soon as you
Yeah, I did.
looked out for everybody, I was like, it could have been, because I don't think you described it as moving, I was sitting there thinking, well, it could just be a corpse, so we're going to turn up and then suddenly things are going to jump out the water at us. Like, it's Scream Trap. But anyway.
Also,
I'm just
I will.
saying.
I mean, I got us into it. I got us out. All good.
Also, I'm
You
gonna.
also
And,
panicked.
and
sorry.
no damage was dealt except mental trauma.
Yeah.
Olda?
When we
going
get
to
to
say
port,
something.
I will go and get a decent telescope. Maybe a couple,
Are we
to be honest.
not going to port? Have you got 2,000 god pieces?
For a telescope.
There are 1,000
Is that how much
each.
they are?
There are
Holy cow,
1,000
shit.
each. The
Oh,
spyglass.
In a fantasy
Oh.
setting, how hard do you think it is to make intricate glassware to make the lenses?
Oh, yeah, I didn't think it would be that much, but yeah, okay, yeah.
But I could maybe message the Baroness and see if she has one available. I could speak to the quartermaster and add it to our total.
Shall we say in hindsight you already did that?
Yes, please, Danny. Thank you so much. You're the best.
I know.
But just, yeah. I do like the idea of maybe trying to throw one's voice. I thought that was quite a clever desire.
It was more
Oh,
just
looking
felt
for
that
it.
we were coming, but yeah.
It could also be used as an intimidation tactic to shout out to your enemies. But no casualties? We're all okay? Can I look at the rest of the party? Nobody's dead, gone. We're all cool. Everybody's there and in 100%.
Yeah.
So
No.
one person's gone. No, two did as well.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is actually somebody missing.
Oh no, who could it be?
Someone who never even rose to the deck of the ship when the call was made for the interested party. You notice that Dax never came on top deck. Never showed himself.
Can I go to his room? Like, is he still
Damn.
there? So yeah, I'll go down and knock on the door.
No answer.
Open door.
You see Dax's room in a relatively empty but well-maintained state. It didn't seem like he decorated much. He never bothered to buy anything for his room or decorate it in any such way. Just kind of his stuff is in a corner, or at least it was in a corner. The body is gone. Like, Dax is gone.
I'll look through to see if there's any like dust on the floor, like any markings, any arcane symbols that would speak of maybe someone taking him or him vanishing for some reason.
Make either an investigation or an arcana or a perception.
Oh, let's go for investigation. I'm more looking to try and see if I find something to start with, if that makes sense, but I'll look intently. $21.
You notice there are and this is subtle, you'll notice that the bed where he sleeps, you will notice that there are scorched tinges on his blanket. And you can see that it's not... The bed isn't made, mind you, but that's probably him anyway. But you will also notice that the bed has been pushed into the floor with such weight and then dragged. It's kind of almost shaved the wood of the floor a little bit, creating grooves as it has been pushed hard against the wall. And as you're looking and you kind of see these, like... It's not... And when I say scorch marks, I don't mean like fire. But it's more like an acid burn type of scorched, like, tainted tinge. You'll notice spread against the back wall, and they've hit the wall and then fell under the bed and then scattered under the bed. You'll notice a deck of cards. The same deck of cards that many readings have been performed before with.
I'll pick them up if I can do. Like, begin to shop them. I don't know if anyone's followed me or whatever, but I'm assuming not, because no one spoke up, but I will put them together and look at them if I can do. Like, do they look like the same deck of cards? Like, as in, there's no changes to them in the same way that... Like, I've seen them broken up and stuff like that before. They're just normal deck of cards.
Make a Constitution saving.
Oh...
And I will, before you roll it, I will caveat this with... Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
It's alright. I will
roll, so I rolled.
Yeah, I will caveat this with... I will keep the description, because you may wish to do something different. You get the feeling of something from the cards reaching out and trying to bury itself beneath the skin of your hands. You have the option to forfeit it or make the save, which...
I'll make the save, actually.
Okay, so with the roll of a 21,
right.
You feel something burying itself into your skin, and you feel almost... It's almost as if you've gripped a cactus, and you can feel these pins, like, digging in, and you manage to just grit your teeth, and they don't breach the skin. They don't feel like they penetrate, and you manage to drop the deck down. And the deck hits, and, like, the cards, like, kind of just, like, hit and slide a little bit. They don't, like, fully, like, explode, scatter on the floor, but, you know, they mess up again as you were neatening them up.
Hello? Would you like to talk? Or are you just going to try and invade me? I'm getting no response from the weird deck of cards.
Unfortunately,
it was a long try. What I'll do then is, I assumed that on the bed there was a covering of some sort, like a pillowcase or something.
Like a blanket, yeah.
Yeah. I will tear the blanket, I don't care. I'll buy a new blanket. And just get it so that I could pick the cards up with the blanket between that and my hands and just fold them up, if that makes sense, in the blanket and try and cover them up a little bit.
It's easy enough to do.
Yeah. And I'll put it in the bag of holding and just be like, I'll deal with you later. I don't know what that does, but never mind.
You have Taroka deck.
I'll add it to my inventory. And then I'll come up and just be like, if I can find anybody. I'm guessing everyone's still standing on the top deck.
Yeah, Josiah's probably like...
Dax is gone.
What?
I got his Taroka deck, but he's gone. It looks like acid has burnt his sheets, and the bed has moved dramatically. And then I tried to pick up his cards, because they were spread across the floor, and something trying to get in me.
Oh.
They're now in my bag of holding, but... I don't know what has happened. Maybe he's just gone somewhere? I
Doubt without his deck. I think that woman came for him. No clue how he would be.
Maybe, or maybe he was a damned soul. And during our discussion with the entity on that boat, something else got him. I mean, he always seemed a little pale, shall we say.
Oh, his daddy told me.
Really? Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm glad you spotted it as well.
I'm sorry,
He
he,
seemed from a
he was
mile.
dead.
Yeah.
Hmm?
So he was undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had my
No, they said
suspicions.
dead, not undead. God.
Yeah.
Well, now he's definitely dead, maybe? I don't know. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but...
Or the undead.
Or the undead. But if he was undead, maybe he's still undead and somewhere else. Maybe we can try and find it. I don't know what to suggest. I will look into the card thing, but I do not want to grieve him just yet, because there could be a chance, you know? But maybe we should grieve. Without seeing him actually die, it's difficult to know what has happened. Or it sounds really bad talking about someone's death, and I do apologize. This is just... I've seen it happen many a time now. I don't really hold much weight to death. You just go somewhere else. I'm sure you are the same, Vlad.
Mm. Well, he is gone. Let's just move on. We've got lots to do.
Yes, I might have had a slight breakthrough in my Actually, Vlad, I'd love to get your opinions on some things. Are you free for a little bit? I know it is
If I can help, I will.
8:57 p.m. So we do have a couple of hours before bed. Do you
It is
need
actually,
to
in
sleep?
fact, 8:57 p.m. Well done.
Thank you, Danny. I thought it might have taken us about half an hour in this whole encounter bit and everything that's gone on, so I guesstimated. Oh, do you need to sleep? I do
No,
not
I've got
know
time.
because of the time. Good. So, and then she'll just begin to go through what she's currently started to figure out about the plan and ask about celestial magics to basically shore up and strengthen bonds between a soul and its body, and begin to talk, if that makes sense.
Carl,
But
if
this
you
is just
so
more...
desire, you may use a roll of a dice to do a religion check. Maybe see if you put forth any ideas that might be useful in this time.
Certainly. Religion, where is it? There it is. Come on, oh my life, I'm so bad.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Some people struggle with
Yeah,
it.
you are.
How about maybe we, over the next day or so, begin to discuss through theories? I am a big believer of sometimes of it can just come to you when you are discussing things through.
Yes, certainly. I do apologise. I couldn't help.
It's definitely implanted the worm in the mind of the idea, and
yes,
it's probably something you'll give great thought to over points during your time. So, unfortunately, for the immediate response, there's nothing that jumps out to you like, "Haha, we have this perfect soul tethering ritual that we just so happened to have learned the week before I joined you guys." No, there's nothing like that, unfortunately.
Maybe we can talk of it at some point to some of the priests that we have met since and get their opinions and stuff like that. Maybe we can... I'm sure it will come to you, though.
Thank you.
I'm going to go back to my theories. No, thank you. And if you ever need me, you know where I am in my office / bedroom.
Thank you.
And she'll go back to her room, just straight off the deck, going downstairs, and goes, before she's out of earshot, you do hear her just go, "Don't go towards any more rowboats for the foreseeable future, please."
But with the idea of potentially never encountering rowboats again firmly in the mind of half the crew, and maybe one Otto, maybe there's a virus implanted rowboats evil, must destroy. Rowboats evil, must destroy. So the next time you see a fisherman just off the coast in a little rowboat, there's going to be a broadside's going to go his way. Fire the cannons, must destroy. Rowboat, no. But the night will
Well, you've done
eventually...
it now, haven't you? You've sent it to us now, Danny. We've got to do that.
What? Kill a fisherman?
Yeah. We cannot tolerate it now.
Oh my god! Oh, I do get whiplash sometimes.
But the night will eventually
dear.
take you all, and given the interesting evening and perilous for certain people, it nearly was. As difficult and as easy as it can be, depending on the person, you will eventually go to rest. And some of you will hear the quiet workings of a madman on the bow of the ship late at night once more. Mostly you, Josiah, considering he has to walk past your door every time.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, the morning will start to come, and you will have noticed now at this point that rather than any extra progress has been made to the statue on the bow of the ship, you will notice that struggling to find the words, the pose has been changed. Rather than a kneeling pose now, you will notice that the legs have been bowed backwards almost. The only way I can describe it is because imagine you're only visualizing the legs. But imagine if you put your hands behind your back while lying flat on the floor and then lift your legs up and try and hold them in your hands. And you know how your legs make like that bow backwards? Almost as if they'd be designed to fit on the bow of the ship. As you have expressed about potentially having it as a figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
So the legs have been
Not only that.
spread and posed backwards to fit round the bow of the ship at the front.
Also, didn't you say that it was goats' hindquarters, pretty much?
Yes,
down,
they
like
are.
a very devilish. They go backwards anyway. Their knees go backwards.
No, not like unnaturally
way that
backwards.
they're
I mean,
shaped.
just bent the knee back and like it's like, you know what I mean? But
okay,
forwards
cool.
would be the problem. But no, the point is basically because if you imagine how the bow of a ship is, like the legs would have to go behind the body slightly anyway, you'd have to be in like a slight semicircle pose, like in total. And it seems like he's moved the legs from like a knelt position to this position, and like the legs have been spread slightly to fit because obviously it's got a bow around the keel, I think it is the word, the main beam that goes down the center of the ship. And you'll notice that a tail has been added, and it's basically it wraps around the right leg and then like kind of flicks out at the one side near the bottom. And yeah, the day is yours. If anyone would like to do anything again, please do let me know. The travel is quiet and easy. You do see a small cluster of ships that are traveling into Ulster's Den, it looks like, from the south. Like, almost directly head on to you at the minute. You can see what looks like about 3 ships, but these are, like, far, far on the horizon.
Am I right in saying as well we'll arrive there tomorrow dawn? So
Yes.
in like
About dawn.
24 hours.
Yeah. Well, yeah, in about... Well, probably in, like, 20.
22.
Yeah.
20.
22
Yeah,
hours, 35 minutes, and 17 seconds. 16. 14. So on.
cool. Thank you, Danny.
You're welcome.
I'm good. I don't know if anyone else had anything.
No, moon.
Okay.
I want to go to Dax's room and just have my own little wander around, see if I can sense anything or feel anything.
Okay. Perception, investigation, arcana, and hell, if you think it's appropriate, I suppose you can throw in a religion there if you really want one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it one of those or all of those?
Pick one. Because what it is, essentially, it's whatever you think as a player is most appropriate,
There you
and
go.
then you'll learn based off what you've chose. So again, you don't really need much of a perception to notice the things that have already been pointed out.
Yeah.
You'll notice one thing that Nivara didn't pick up on because she was too focused on the bed and the Taroka deck and then left soon after is on the wall by the door. Like literally, so as you walk in the door directly to the left, the bit of wall there, about head height, you can see a bolt sticking out of the wall. Looks to be embedded by about 1/2 inch. And it's not terribly hard to remember that Dax did once wield a hand crossbow.
There's no other markings at all anywhere.
No, whatever happened here was quick, concise, and quiet is the key word here. Because you don't know when it happened, because nobody had seen Dax for about a day or two during. He kept himself in his room for the most part, even during meal times. And it's only when Naivara was like, is everybody here? Like, after dealing with the creep man, that we noticed, oh, we haven't seen Dax. So this could have happened at any point. But no, you see the acid almost like marks and scorches on the blankets and the sheets. You see the deep grooves where the bed got heavily pushed and shunted, and you see the bolt in the wall.
Okay.
Continuing your guys' travel, I will hold on for a moment because the last penalty of the England match is on. Just give me a second, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. It's getting real.
Come on,
Two
keep.
penalties we're going to lose.
Well,
We
if we
can
score this,
score
we
it.
win.
Oh, right, okay.
Keith.
And we're through.
Keith.
Fuck yeah. 5 for 5.
First time ever.
Well, yeah.
It's actually the second.
Oh, okay.
We did one
Sorry,
at the...
second
Getting
time ever.
Yeah, first in the Euros, but either way, now we're back. England just knocked out the Swiss, fuck the neutrals. That's... What? I'm right.
No,
Don't boo me, I'm right. But continue on your
I
travel.
didn't say anything. Thank you,
did?
Danny.
Continue your travel
I
towards
just
the
said,
den.
wow.
That's something! Fucking hell, mate!
Continuing on our travels.
Yes! Thank you! God damn. You're confident you're all going to reach Ulster within the next day. And... Again, you see and as the travel's going on, you see this small fleet cluster of ships, convoy, hard to tell really, heading towards you, but they don't look like they're heading at you, they're heading towards Ulstenk. You can see they're slightly off axis compared to you guys. Don't exactly know if they're going to arrive at the same time or not. That's way too hard to tell. Excuse me, I got hiccups. That's way too hard to tell. But the travel is easy, and the morning becomes the afternoon. Becomes the evening, and will eventually become night once more. And then, time, dead in the evening, and you will all eventually maybe find your way to sleep. And then, the eyes will awaken in the morning with the sound of the sloshing waves, and the seagulls blaring in your fucking ears. As some of you know, this is a very, very good sign that, as old pirates would say, Lando! As Josiah, at the crack of dawn, maybe just before, you were awoken by an Otto standing right next to you, standing over you. Captain? Captain?
Yes.
Good morning, Captain. We have made, or are about to make land at Ulster's Den.
Alright, from the crew, prepare to moor up.
Very good, Captain. And one by one, the Ottos will enter your rooms and, gently or not so gently, depending on how you like to be stood over and shouted at until you wake up.
Nice, right? She transfers between 1 and 5 every night on the dot. She's like caffeine fueled, like, do you know what I mean?
But one by
She's
one.
probably got ink smeared off her face that she has to wash up.
Uldar. Uldar.
Yes. Yeah, I'm up,
Land ho.
I guess. Okay. 5 more minutes.
Very good.
Okay.
And he will stand and watch you.
Counting.
Yeah.
Counting
No,
his
I
time.
made it.
You can almost hear the
I'm
clock.
up. I'm up.
The
Fucking hell.
snooze.
Barnett.
Yes.
Barnett. Your captain has requested you awaken. Land ho.
Okay, I'll get up.
And then as Naivara, as the door opens, you kind of like snap your eyes open as you see an Otto just walking in. The captain has informed that you are all to be awoken, as we are about to reach land.
Oh. And she just grabs her stuff and starts heading out. She's been awake for hours. Up she goes.
Vlad?
Thank you, Otto.
Vlad.
Yes. Yes.
We have made land. The captain has requested you to awaken.
Thank you very much.
Everyone's so polite at being woken up at like 5 in the morning. Actually, it's probably earlier than that. It's probably close to like half 4, 5. Like everyone's just like, yeah, it's fine, thanks. I'm expecting to fuck off.
Otto's just doing his job. Like,
Exactly.
I'll
It's like
unionize if you
arguing
mean to.
with a machine. Is at any point, like, genuinely, you're just going to make a fool out of yourself if you start kicking off at him. Like, what's the point?
Don't blame the Otto. Blame the man who sent the Otto.
there was a rationale
I know,
for it.
when we all arrive on top deck, is Josiah anyway to be seen, or is he just...
He's probably like sat that. There's probably an Otto's got him a chair and he's sat like an Otto's pouring him coffee. Like, coffee, anyone?
Yeah,
Figure
go on.
we better be awake because this is kind of hostile.
Yeah, because we're a bit closer. We're on Ulster's Den, aren't we? Can I look at the flags that are being flown by any of the ships from this distance? Is there anything that looks remotely like the flag that we saw on Prescott's boat? You know, the one that we nearly sank.
The Silver Tower.
That's it. Yeah, can I see the Silver Tower, or even something that looks really eldritchy, like
Make a
tentacly or
perception
whatever?
check.
Perception check. Okay, thank you. $21.
It's hard to tell. From this distance, as you're pulling in, you can see the ships that were travelling northward towards you guys vaguely are still not here yet. They look like they're going to be about another 2-3 hours out. They don't seem to be flying any huge signifier flags or like markings on their sails. They do have flags, but they're too small to see. Whereas the ones in the dock, you can see that a couple of them seem to have what looks like flags of nations. They're probably either mercantile or maybe ambassadorial vessels. Obviously, it's borderline impossible to know. The other thing that you can see is you can see one flag that looks like an octopus wearing an eye patch.
Okay.
And then the final one that you can see is you can see a ship that bears a familial fleet marking, and then it looks to be how you guys are, where you're an ally of the Baroness. It seems to be an ally flag marking, so you seem to you've found a fellow fleet ship.
Oh.
And at that point, if everyone would like, I'm happy to call a quick bathroom break for anyone that needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Be as back as quick as we can. I will be back myself, so take 5-10 minutes. I'll put the salve on the introduction screen and we'll be back in a second, guys.
Excellent.
Mahal.
Danny.
I don't think Danny's back yet.
No, he's gone.
Like, vanished, gone. We're in control now.
Oh no.
Oh no? He said, oh no.
I think it's Liam's soundboard.
Oh.
Maybe. Oh, we're all about
You're not that
Danny.
guy, pal.
Cool.
Trust me. You're not that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think he's taking his phone with him?
Spunk, yes.
Okay, stop it. You're that's
Okay.
a problem.
I don't said yes, unfortunately.
Whatever your feeling is towards Spunk.
Oh.
Just oh my god, watching last night's stream as well. I just there was a point where I was like, no, I'm out. I'm going. I'm leaving.
Yeah. No, I wish I could do that. Oh no,
It
no,
could have
not
been
that.
intense.
Oh no, not that. Oh no, she didn't stay for. I think she
Did it
came.
get worse after I went?
No, it was what was happening on the game. Bad.
Oh.
I did.
I can't hear what you're saying. It's like the sensitivity's gone.
Oh yeah, maybe it's yeah. No, I'll have to talk a bit louder. I've had to up my noise gate because of my clacky keyboard. Essentially, no, I just was making sad Ben noises because it was very like there was a man going around castrating people and it was.
Oh,
bad.
on the game. No, I was there for that bit.
Oh, okay.
I got literally when he was just about to castrate you, and then I was there for the end of that game, and then some of the DVD I left after. I don't know what it was I said, but Danny came up with something, and then it went real weird, and I was like, I'm out. Okay, bye bye. I'm leaving.
Oh yeah, big number make Dick happy.
That was the one. Yeah, because I'd already said that I was leaving because Ben had asked if I was still there. I think to talk to you about something, and I was like, I don't have to be. I remember now. It's all coming back. I think I blocked it. Never mind. Can we carry on?
Daddy's back now, so yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes, brothers. So, upon looking for the ships and potentially any adversaries on the horizon, you pull yourself up to Ulster's Den with no issue. Speaking word with the
That's really
quartermaster, you're able to procure yourself space at the dock, no issue, and it's explained it is currently 2 gold a day, or night, sorry, to stay, and then they'll give you ship a once-over and just clean it, fix any holes that need fixing and things, resupplies, anything like that. They'll double-check anything you need.
Oh, I will mark off 2 for today. To the tavern. If it is open at this hour, Captain.
Aye. I think there's Stella there, isn't there, when you and Viv?
Yeah,
And
that is
where I
right.
believe our friend would be. We don't know what. And she'll turn to everybody and go. We don't know what name he is using. Just be like, Stella. Oh, it's you. When you're talking to Viv, because he could have been using a different name. He could be in a different face.
Yeah, it might be different
hidden.
forms, but if we just sort of wander around. Yeah.
Yeah, he might come find us. Is the best way to explain it.
So heading yourselves over to Sea Legs Keg, the tavern you made way before, where you met the lovely barmaid that I unintentionally
Stella!
that I unintentionally
Stella!
did a thing. Yeah, Stella. Apparently, I even did the voice like the same, didn't I?
Yeah. Stella.
Stella!
What's he even off?
A street called named Desire.
A what?
But Simpsons for me.
Yeah, a street called named Desire, but the Simpsons did like him.
A meme of
Yeah,
it.
they did a beautiful version.
Okay. Understood. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
Ned
heading into the
Flanders.
tavern, you can see at the moment, given it is the crack of dawn, there is not many patrons in here. There are about a handful. You sit yourselves down, and there are currently no, like, barmaids or anything running around, so you don't see cellar, but what you do see is you do see very tired-looking half-orc that is currently pouring a couple of drinks into a mug. And he takes one for himself and he drinks it, hands one to another patron. And you kind of see the man's out on his feet. He's fucked. But he's doing his work.
Hello? Ahoy?
Right. Drink?
Yeah. I'll buy a drink for everyone in my crew.
Drink.
Aye.
You'll see him turn and, like, pull a few cups. So, like, kind of eyeball the group, and he'll eventually pour the drinks and go, "It's 2 copper each."
Right, you then? We'll
He
put,
says,
like, 2 copper each. Okay. We'll put 2 silver down, just to keep...
Food?
Yeah, go on then.
Lets out a big yawn and kind of, like, cocks his head to the side as he does it. Right. Meat or not?
Meat.
Meat.
And you'll hear him kind of, like, walk over to, like, a door and open it and just go... He looks back at the group. But for me! For me! Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
5 meat!
So are 5 of us.
Sorry, didn't see the little fella.
Oh.
Vaguely gestures to Barnett.
Oh.
And about 5 minutes later, what you'll see come out is what looks like a broth that's made with large chunks of fish. And you can see it's got a couple of other vegetables mixed in, and it seems to be garnished across the top with like a powder that's been put on top, and it's like settled across top and made like a film.
See, if it's put down in front of her on the table, she just kind of like sit back in her chair a little bit away from the foul-smelling broth with
It smells
fish in
nice,
it
to
and
be
a
fair.
film.
It doesn't look great, but it
Don't
smells
care.
fair enough.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Yeah.
No.
So I will...
I will abstain. Someone else can have my because I'll have some dinner on the ship or something. Do you have any fruit?
I think there's a plum in the back.
A plus?
There was a non-meat option.
I'll
You
have
want-
the plum, please.
You want a plum?
Yes, please. And any bread if you have any.
Think so. The food is 5 copper each. Obviously, if the bread hasn't gone mouldy yet.
Excellent.
It'll just I'll just pay it gold. Be like,
And he'll come out with plum and a hunk of bread. Here you go. Thanks. And he'll take the coin. And he takes him a second, like, because he thinks you've paid. He thinks, because he only feels 1 coin. He's like, he goes to question it, and then he looks like, okay, he's making me yawn for real. You've given me the wrong coin.
no, I to overpay for information.
Right. And he kind of like take a big breath in and shakes it. Try and wake himself up as best he can. Right, What are you looking for?
Pirate Cove, other side of this island. Know much about it?
You kind of see him go to say so, and then immediately perks his lips inwards. Yeah. Why?
Probably just. Oh, there's still. I just want to know so I can avoid it. Are there still pirates there? And
Yep. Yeah, there is.
you were going to say something. What was it?
Kind of looks you over for a moment. Make a persuasion or a deception. It depends how you want to play this, because you're technically not telling the truth, but you are technically telling the truth. It's kind of like a weird half-life, so I'll allow you to pick.
Persuasion or deception?
I'll allow you to play it off, because you are kind of telling like a weird half.
I'll go for deception because he's trying to be like.
Because you're technically not lying, do you know what I mean? But you are technically telling the truth.
That's going to be one extra team.
Yeah, it's alright. We have to keep take a big yawn and kind of lower his breath. We have to keep it quiet sometimes because I thought maybe you were like doing a test or something. Like you were one of them.
Ah.
Seeing if we were talking shit or something.
Did he come in? Did he do that?
Oh, not that I've seen, but I've heard.
Oh.
I've been told if you badmouth them, you'll be sent to them. They'll learn out or something. I'd rather not, honestly.
Yeah,
But they'll kind of like pull a chair, like from like the nearby table. I've heard like they're still there, yeah, but not as many now. I think a lot of them have left.
Hmm. Makes sense.
Oh, so?
I just heard a rumor a while ago that one of their ships attacked. They lost a lot of hands.
Oh, I didn't know nothing about that. Where?
Probably round here somewhere. Probably round here somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I heard nothing like that.
Excuse me, is Stella about by any chance?
You should be in about an hour or so, yeah. She'll be taking over from me.
Do you do the night shifts? Is that your job?
Yeah. Kind of like a really dejected, yeah. It
do you
pays
happen to have coffee?
It pays more, but
sorry.
it's shit.
I get that. Coffee? Could you get us some coffee, maybe?
Dry, yeah. Yeah. I'll see if the guy who's cooking can get you something. You'll kind of like stand up and put the chair back. As you guys sit.
I'll wait till he's
Yeah, go on.
out of earshot before turning to Josiah and just being like, They've left.
Most skeleton crew by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Which doesn't surprise me.
No. Bit annoyed that we had to let on that something had happened and that we knew about it, but
Was going to get out sooner or later.
And I guess we wait for an hour until Stella turns up?
Yeah. And you brew over the drinks and the coffee, which is eventually brewed. He just gives you a cup of coffee. You will all happily enjoy or revile the broth that was there. You may choose to do with it as you please, and then eventually, an hour or so later, probably Well, I was gonna say, I'm not going to approximate because like Rose would be aware. About 20 minutes past the time she was supposed to be here, in walks in Stella, and quite bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, happy, well-dressed, clean, beaming smile, and just comes in, and you'll kind of just see the second he sees Stella, like you'll kind of, you know,
It's like, oh, thank fuck.
yeah.
He's like out the door, his coat's going on as she's walking through.
She's not even at the bar, and he's already walked from it, and he's like, yours now. You know, so, oh, good night. Have a pleasant morning, night, or night, morning, or something like that. You kind of give, like, a few of the patrons that she recognizes, like, nods and smiles. As she'll kind of just get in. She'll get her apron from behind the bar and tie it around her waist and get ready to start her day.
Oh, I'm just gonna send a message to. I realise I could do that. I keep forgetting. To Vic.
Yeah, I'll say we're just sort of like here somewhere. We don't know where he is.
Yeah, you have no idea.
He blew her in, so that's what I was assuming because I knew that they had become good friends and like sparked up a friendship of some sort. And I thought he might be here, but never mind. I'll send a message to Viv. We're sending just along the lines of. Viv, we are in the tavern. Can you come meet us, please? On Ulster's Den. We are in the tavern on Ulster's Den.
Yes, I will get myself to you as soon as possible. Just finishing a moment. About
He is busy.
Oh, maybe he started a family. We've left him this fucking long.
We've left him about 2 weeks.
It's been 82 years. But eventually, walking in, about 10 minutes later, is Vith, and you can see him carrying like a burlap sack of some sort. And he will give nod to you guys and he'll say, with you in a moment, Capitan.
Right.
We'll go and hand the burlap sack to Stella, and we'll hand her some coin. Everything you needed is there, Stella. I will be back in a moment. All right, thank you. Thank you. And then he'll quickly head over to you guys. Sorry for that. You caught me while I was in the middle of a negotiation.
With who?
Market vendors for Stella there.
Oh,
What?
well, excellent. It is good that you've found work whilst you have been waiting for our return. Apologies.
It was just a returning a favor, is all, but no, that is fine. I trust that you're all here now because it is good news.
Yes, we are here to pick you up.
Right.
You are ready to go?
Yes, I can be ready in a moment. I will need to go to my room and get my things.
Captain, you were going to say something?
I'm just saying, take it you're happy to kill, still keep serving.
Say that again, Ben, you cut out.
I was,
Yeah, your sensitivity is right up at the moment.
right, okay, I'll shout and then I'll fuck with it.
Please.
It's like, are you happy with staying on the crew, or do you want to stay here? It's up to you.
No,
What do you do, Chips?
I'm more than happy to return to the ship. Obviously, if you have no need for me being on Ulster's Den, but I may accompany myself from time to time to return at some point.
Fair enough.
Completely fair.
When are we leaving?
As soon as possible.
Yeah. Now, if you can.
Right. Give me. I will meet you at the ship. Is it where on the dock is it? And obviously you'll probably describe where it is on the dock.
It's a big ship. Lots of automatons on it.
Understood. And he'll kind of shout to Stella. Stella, can I borrow the key, please? I need to go get my things. All right, Vith. All right, come here and get it. And then obviously he'll go and grab like a large, heavy ringed key. Thank you. I'll be back at some point. I don't know exactly when. This is fine. Just do what you need. Go do fine work. And he'll kind of disappear out and like go and start grabbing his things, leaving you guys at the table.
Right.
Excellent.
I guess we'll finish up
Back
here.
to the
get
ship
on
then.
boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The only reason I said as soon as possible is because I feel a bit, even though I know that they have gone, this is as we're walking back to the ship. I'm still a little nervous about ships coming in, and also, I don't know, just
Well,
bad vibes.
there's no point staying here for anything. We might as well try and start heading southwest.
Well, technically, we need to be heading northwest from our current location.
Yes, I mean I can't see the map at the minute, so once we're back on the boat,
I'll put it on back. I'll put it back on board.
No, I've tried to memorize the map as best as I possibly can do. So, yes, definitely we're going over here. So slightly northwest.
Right, I'll quickly mark on the map. Remember, the sighting was old, but the sighting was
somewhere around here, right?
Oh, okay.
South of Genie's Lament.
So we could go either way.
South could be quicker. Yeah. Well,
We'll
directly
just have
west.
to hug. If we can hug, Sleeping Sands, that might be the best thing to do.
Alright. Yeah, I'd say that go to head directly west-ish. Closer to Sleeping Sands and then head up. Start searching. Have you got any ideas how we could find it? Anyone?
You have an idea about putting an auto under the water?
Yeah, that's.
You're gonna do trawler fishing with an otter?
Yeah, that's fine. That's
reverse periscope. I was thinking.
Oh, it's like 150 feet you can go down. So yeah, just have a rope 150 feet down, and you just sort of like, boop. Oh yeah, I'll do my otter idea, but we've got to get there. Otters, how long will it take to get there? I assume we're back at the boat now because we were just
easy enough. Yeah. Let's have a look. Our approximations, Captain, that it will probably take around 4 days to reach the area that you have requested.
Mm-hmm.
Are we to make way now?
Or just wait, imagine if we left without Beth.
So make sure he's on board.
I was checking. Yeah, make way. Wait for me. Oh, fuck. That would have been cruel.
Was he? What was his appearance actually when he came to us?
Question. He seemed to be wearing not like really, really good clothes, but fair clothes for like a normal resident of the area. Seemed to be wearing like dark linen trousers and a slightly off-white shirt.
Was he dark elf?
Yes, Drow.
Yeah.
He was Drow, yeah. Okay. Then.
Oh, okay.
So he will be like us.
Actually, but no. To be fair, when you met him, he would have been in his human disguise.
Yeah.
So he would have had dark hair, dark black hair, fair skin, probably same height and same build. So probably about 5'10", 5'11"-ish fair build.
Yeah, he'll probably describe that to the artist and say, "This man will be approaching the ship."
I can shape change into what he looks like. Go this.
Oh yeah, like that. Then.
Understood.
He will
we will wait for his
let him
arrival.
on board. Thank you.
I go back so he doesn't come on the ship and realise he's already there.
And a couple minutes later, given the time it took you guys to get to the ship versus him jogging to wherever to get his things, grabbing them and coming back. It takes a couple minutes after, and he'll come onto the ship. Capitan, made it. Oh, we're ready to go.
Oh, brilliant. There we go. Very well. Are we all ready to make way?
Yeah.
We can make way at a moment's notice, Captain.
I'm not hearing no, so I make way.
Okay. Pulling off from Ulster's Den, a bit of a resupply was given. Like, you were given just like a fresh scraping of cleaning of the outside of the hull and stuff by the dock workers. The Ottos didn't allow the workers on board the ship proper, so none of the work was concluded there. But you know, you saw them with the thick, heavy ball bristle brushes just scraping at the hull, just cleaning anything that might have attached itself on.
Mm-hmm.
Those darn barnacles.
God damn it.
I'll tell the hot drow that he should probably give the Ottos his proper face as well if he wants to lose the disguise while we're sailing, so they recognise you.
Oh, we should be far enough away from the port to be fine, yes. And he'll kind of drop the
some point when you're ready.
I mean, he's happy to drop the disguise. He just obviously doesn't like to be in drow form in public because, as he's expressed before, there might be slavers after him.
Yep.
You know, given his situation. And he will get himself registered. So, how do they work? They seem rather unorthodox.
Yeah, they're weird. I don't know how they work. Captain?
Magic shit.
Right. Do you? And he'll kind of like look at the Otto. Do you have a name? Our designation is Otto, but we are automaton service robots from the country of Salzia.
Ooh, yeah, maybe not tell people that when we when people ask you. Realize
from the archipelago now.
Yeah. Otto, when people ask you where you're from, you say, "From here, stop asking questions."
Very good, Captain.
Excellent.
Kind of looks back at Vith. We're from here. Stop asking questions.
Perfect. No notes.
Yeah.
And you'll kind of just see the pained expression on Vith's face, just like,
Just pretend you didn't hear where they're actually from, alright, Viv? Okay. Better for you if you don't know.
Understood, Captain. Understood. He kind of like gives them like a okay, yeah, and he'll kind of like sidestep away from one and just, you know, walk away. He doesn't seem to like him too much.
No. Long story short, like, we got them from guys who'd kill anyone that isn't human in a heartbeat, so I don't think you're going to be crying about it.
Oh, I understand, Captain. You did not need to explain. I just thought they were creepy. I have seen Warforged before, but these are not like what I expected.
No. No, they're good though.
They are something, Captain. They are something. So, if I may ask, if my work on Ulster's Den is now included, for what reason have you made way for me? I know you said before that you were heading towards me, and then when I had no correspondence, I assumed it was to either carry on or that you would all met fate.
Well, we just got held up with some stuff. We're sorry we didn't get you sooner. I think we're looking at where for you to go next. Obviously, we'll have a bit of a wall council around it, but I suspect, for me, probably Ivory Sands. But
Very good. I'm sure once you understand what you wish, we can discuss further.
Right.
Oh,
Also,
so you are not surprised. Oh, go on,
Oh.
Captain.
I was just going to say, I'll just go to warning him about our other guest.
I was going to
You
do
have-
the exact same.
You have more than these? Gesturing to the Ottos.
He's a night
Right.
owl.
Yeah.
He will give you no bother.
Understood. I had no
Francesco.
reason to quarrel with anyone on this vessel, as I assume they were all under your command.
Well, it's more that he's just sneaks around at night and like it makes sense just to explain it to you. If
Right.
you're unsettled by the Ottos, someone scampering around at night might also creep you out. So I just thought I'd let you know.
I understand, Captain.
Otto.
Yes,
Niall turned to one of
Navarra.
the others. Can you please clean up one of the spare rooms, ready in preparation for Biff to take his residence as our spy
Kind of-
master?
Kind of looks at you blankly for a moment. It is currently underway.
Do we have one for Francesco? Did he ask for not to have one?
Yes. No, Francesco's got a room.
He
'cause I did
was
it for
he
him
was
last
at one
session.
point sleeping in the storage room with the Ottos.
I remember that, but I couldn't remember if he.
Done it already.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
because
that's
We've
fine.
got
let me.
10 on board the ship.
I was going to
not
say, and I
including
believe,
Yeah.
including the captain, you have space for 11 medium-sized creatures. Comfortably, I should add. Obviously, you can cramp people in if you really want to.
I assume that we're going to leave Dax's as a crime scene for a little bit, just in case we need to spend time in there. So I will advise for them not to
Vincent.
clean up that room. But we have another, I think it's 9 downstairs rooms, so whole rooms, so we'll be fine. But yeah, if that's okay.
Right.
In the early morning that you so ever delicately woke up for to be on the land of Ulster's Den disappears behind you into the early afternoon and then into the deep afternoon, pressing on to the early evening portions of the day.
I would like to do my thing.
Understood. The thing we discussed?
Yes.
Understood. Received, responded, complied. Yeah?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Oh,
So
it shouldn't,
yeah.
but it does.
Yeah. So and then once that has happened, then he will send the Otto.
Right. Give me un momento, por favor.
I mean, I can read the message.
No. It's fine. It's fine, I'll do it. I can do it. I'm a big boy.
What the fuck is going on?
Secret things.
At
Secret
precisely 10:26 p.m. Notto will knock and then enter your room.
AM or PM?
PM, I said.
Sorry?
PM.
PM.
Okay, I missed the PM.
Notto will knock and enter your room holding a letter. This letter is for you, Naivara.
Hmm?
This is a note,
I'll get up and take it. Sorry?
and it reads as follows.
I realise he doesn't actually tell her what she needs to do, but
No, it doesn't, so I'm going to read it anyway. Take a moment in the present and look at the past. That is the note you have received.
Shall we look on the other side? To see if I can find
On the other side, you will see where it says, take a moment in the past and look at the person, and then it's scribbled out. Where he's obviously made a spelling mistake. Where a spelling
well,
mistake
he's
is made.
also made a glaring error. I realised that he doesn't actually say what you need to do.
Yep.
You probably hear the Otto go. Probably a message come through. A message from the captain. He's referring to go. You have got permission to go to see Archaea and read that book that I don't understand. Permission from Archaea. I'm not going to talk anymore. And then the Otto stops.
That was mimicked word for word through the Otto.
Yeah, I know it was.
Like, even when you tell it to
It's like your
stop,
granddad with, like, a
even down to the bit where
technology.
you're like, okay, Otto, you can stop now. Like, Otto, stop, and then and then it eventually cuts off.
Nine just stands in a room for a second, wondering what the fuck has just happened, and then curiously looks at the Otto. Okay. Thank you. That is all.
You are welcome, Nivara. Is there anything else you need?
No. Not right now.
Understood. He will then turn around after about a 5-second pause and shut the door behind him.
Yep.
Naya kind of stands for a second, just trying to figure out, like I say, what is happening, before actually understanding that she's been given an opportunity to go to Arcaia for some reason, been given permission as well.
It's not, well, it was more like, yeah, well, that's why he was like, no, permission from Arcaia, and then he's like, he's like, no, god damn it, like, and then just cuts off.
His riz has failed. What just happened? And we'll use the arcane gate to teleport to Arcaia's. Just go straight away if she's been given an opportunity to. She's got a couple of hours before bed.
And teleporting to the room, you'll see Arcaia with a dolly and a large cloth that's like put over the dolly. I was told to be expecting you.
He did?
Yes. Josiah sent word that you wanted to peruse the Kriegian documents, as we've discussed before.
Oh. Yeah. Please. Shall look at the dolly? Is it on the dolly?
Yeah, you'll pull the cloth back and you'll see that there are 2 books. There is one large, thick, heavy book, and then there is one what looks more like a ledger, like a diary type ledger. These are the 2 things that we recovered. I believe I found this, and he points to the ledger, about 600 years ago, and I've looked through it, and I will allow you to do the same. I will not speak too much of what's in there yet. The book here, I've realised I can't do Arcaia's voice now, and I'm just going with it. Like, I've fucked it up. Like, I can't remember it properly off the top of my head.
I don't think it was as deep or...
No.
It wasn't as jowly,
No, it's in the ballpark, but it's not right.
Yeah, it'll do.
But,
a little less jowl. There we go, I think you're getting it now.
But, this book here was found about 2 millennia ago.
Millennia?
Yes.
May I spend an hour before I will have to return to the ship?
It may take as long as you need. The books are enchanted, so you need not touch them for fear of damaging them. Please, if you hover your hand over the book for 5 seconds, you should be able to command it with a flick of the hand to the left or right to turn the pages.
Arcaia's probably got asked by Josiah that he could, for Naya to stay a couple of days if she wanted to. He would be aware of that.
Stay as long as you wish.
She just kind of smiles a bit, almost to herself, and nods towards him before going to read the books. Like, this is for what she used to want to do back in all those years ago. This is what she loves, so she will go and read the books of ancient lore.
Now the question is, I'm not going to go super into detail, but the first question I'm going to ask is, ledger or book, which first?
I think she's going to go for the ledger to try and see if it's like some sort of codex to the other book. Like, do they seem we're next to each other? Does
the point is, it was found. It was only found 600 years ago. The ledger was. The point is that I was going to say they don't seem to be connected, but the point was the two. He has two pre-Krieg items.
Yeah, let's go for the 600 years one, the ledger.
You hold your hand over for the 5 seconds, and then you're able to command the book with a flick of the wrist. Looking to the left, you can see that it seems to be like a logbook almost. Seems to have belonged to a sailing vessel. And you can see some of the earlier pages are destroyed. Like, beyond repair, destroyed. And the same on the back part of the book as well. You notice that the back few pages, it's only about the central core of the book. Like, about 40% of the center of the book is actually intact. The leather has surprisingly held up very well, to be fair. Or maybe it has been restored to some degree. But you can see that it seems to be a ledger for a merchant vessel. And from what you can read, as you do understand ancient Tieran, it seems to be a weapons dealer of some sort. And it mentions shipments of weapons and armaments, and even to a point, munitions for war. This seems to be very much an arms essentially a medieval arms dealer. But what you see is you do see weapons that you haven't heard of or have never even seen used in these times. Weapons that have just since been lost to time. Things that once were prevalent or have then since been made obsolete through technical innovations and things like this. You can see that they used the same coins that we did. They used copper, they used silver and gold. Which is extremely fascinating because it out of everything, humanity and currency made it through the pre-Krieg. Out of everything, it's fascinating.
Capitalism always wins.
Hell yeah, baby. That's what we like to hear. Make Tierra great again.
Yeah, she does read. Knowing that she can bounce back every day. We'll say is Alkair about, or does he just?
He is observing.
You
are dealing with two books that are priceless, and while he does to a degree trust you, he ain't letting these.
Still, I would be the exact same. Yeah. Like genuinely, Naya would be the exact same.
He's probably standing about 10 foot away, and he's allowing you to kind of do what you must. He's not like leering over you. He's sat in a chair about 10 foot away from you, and he actually is kind of watching you with like this really like endearing smile as you like pouring over this lost knowledge. And you can kind of just and you would also get the same type of feeling. It's almost as if like when you've shared knowledge with someone for the first time, and they're like you kind of watch their mind get blown, and you get that like warm feeling. He's getting that feeling because it's kind of like a nerd thing, isn't it? Like sharing like a passion.
Yeah.
And he's just he's enjoying you, enjoying this. You know what I mean? He's silent. He doesn't say a word.
But yeah, when she knows it's getting about 1 or just after 1, she will kind of like look up at that point because she can tell the time. She always knows what time it is. Time wizard, and also key mind.
Time wizard.
She will kind of like close the book with like a flick of her hand and just go, "Can I return tomorrow? I just."
Josiah did have word sent that you could ponder these books for as long as you saw fit. If you wish to return, you may. Just let me know beforehand. I knew you were coming now because I had spoken with Josiah.
I will return at 10 a.m. tomorrow and spend 12 hours, 10 till 10. If that is okay?
It's more than fine.
Excellent.
You know, with a flick of his hand, he'll the cloth will go back over the dolly, covering the books again.
Till the morn. And we'll use the arcane gate to zip back to the ship. I believe I get 3 and it resets every dawn, right?
Yes, it's
That's why
every dawn. It recharges fully, and each time during that you get 3 uses of the cube. That is it.
So yeah, at 1 AM in the morning, after arriving back on the ship, is there an Otto standing outside of Josiah's door by any chance?
Yes, there always is.
Yeah, I just imagine there's so many Ottos around.
Well, I believe there's
Is he awake?
there's
There's one
29.
inside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 29. Yeah. Is he awake? Shall I ask the Otto outside as the captain?
He is preparing himself for his evening slumber, but he is currently awake. Would you like to meet him?
If he's going to sleep, probably not best. Can you pass a message?
Yes.
Oh, and she will put the ring, the one from the dude. Do you know what I mean? The oh my god, the one with the what's his name? It's gone completely out my head.
Hot Bowman.
Hot Bowman. I want to call him Wisteria, but that's not his name. Whisker.
No, Wistera Matasuki.
That was it, Wistera. I keep hearing Wisteria.
Matasuki is his, like, it's not his first name, but it's his primary name, because obviously going off Japanese tradition, they always use their last name as, like, their primary name, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
His full name is Wistera Matasuki. I'll put it in the chat again. But obviously, Matasuki is what he would introduce himself as if he wasn't giving his full name.
So yeah, she'll drop the ring in the Otto's hand and go, repeat this. Thank you. This is also Pre-Krieg and is looking for somebody to lead and to do good by people. I think it is best in your hands.
Understood. And he will about turn and walk into the room. Josiah.
Oh, not that fast. I can imagine. Standing outside.
I'd imagine Novara is kind of like, fuck, and like runs down the hall.
Runs to hide, yeah.
No, imagine she just kind of like steps slowly backwards to try not gather attention, because running away is not Naya's style, so it's just kind of like... and calmly walks away.
Yeah, what the? Oh, it's you.
Captain.
Like to the Otto. Yeah, yes, Otto.
I have been instructed by Novara to give you this.
Ah.
And it's a ring.
Ah.
Oh fuck!
It is accompanied with a message.
This has been so disorganized. Yes.
It's perfect.
You. This item is also Pre-Krieg. It is looking for someone to lead and to help people. And then Danny forgot the second part of the message because of the funny.
I think that's pretty much what I said.
Well, I think that was about right, really.
No, I know there was definitely a couple words after, but Danny forgot. I was trying my best to remember. And then he was hand the ring
or something,
I think it was like something like someone like you, I think it was at the end.
Yeah.
Not thank you again.
No, thank you was at the beginning.
Yeah,
it would be best in your hands or something like that, yeah.
That was right, it would be best in your hands.
It would be best in your hands.
Okay. He will sort of like roll it in his hands a little bit. I suppose about put it on then. And then he'll put it on.
And obviously, the fact that nothing happens and you do get that innate feeling every D&D character gets that maybe, you might need to attune. Oh my god, everybody knows.
Can you tune asleep? Because you'll probably whack it on.
I don't believe so, no.
Yeah.
Morning. Do it in the morning.
Does he immediately sense the person away? Yeah.
I would say you'd sense great power coming from within the ring, but you would be very much aware that you can't do anything with it until it's attuned.
Well, I imagine the otter burst in is like tucked up in bed sort of thing. So it was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're just getting like you're just pulling your socks off, sat on the edge of the bed, about to kick your feet up, and then just the auto push.
Yeah, I'll let you in the morning then.
Would that be all, Captain? Would
Yes,
you
thank
like
you.
your evening's whiskey?
Yes.
And he will turn and go and get your whiskey and pour you a glass and bring it to you. Wait for you to drink it and then put the glass back, like, you know, your mum, like, do you want some more milk to sleep? These autos, like, I don't think I can overestimate just quite how creepy it would be to be able to ship these things.
No, I know how creepy they are. Like, I think I started it because
the way I imagine them is like literally, you know, the droids from Clone Wars and Star Wars, just 10 times more gaunt looking and skeletal looking, and far too literal. Like they're like Fae. They will take the letter of the word and the letter of the word only. They don't take implied. Maybe they are Fae.
Anyway.
Random bullshit ramblings later.
Is it morning?
The night will eventually come to you all, and then the morning will come once more. And I will say for the next couple days it is like this. Unless anybody would like to do
ring a tune.
Yes, so over the day, you attune to the ring, and you know you don't see anything like Nivara did at first. But you just get the feeling of a presence in the ring, and you get the feeling of someone or something nearby.
Well, I want to help. I kind of want to help people, at least the people around me, and watch out for them. And I'm leading them. So,
I spoke with the...
Oh, shit!
He kind of paused. I spoke with your friend Nivara a number of times.
Oh, yeah. I suppose she was interested because you're pre-Krieg?
Yes. We shared many stories about where I am from.
Oh. And you're looking for someone like me, or I guess?
I would like to re-establish the Quiente, a group that I once was a part of.
Okay. Can I have that spelled?
Yeah.
I feel like it's got a Q in it, but
it has.
Q-U-I-E-N.
It is more of a Hispanic spelling. Yeah, you are bang on, Ben.
Quiente, yeah.
Quiente, yeah.
Cool.
It's got like a South American spelling.
I just didn't have the I after the T. There we go.
Yeah, because the I is silent, but yeah.
So you want me to rebuild the Quiente?
No. I would just wish for someone to be a figurehead for the potential of those to be good, to defend those that do not have the ability to defend themselves.
Yeah, I've started doing that recently.
Rebuilding an order as big as the Quiente would be impossible from one man and one soul trapped in a ring.
Maybe. I mean, some people have done some crazy stuff.
I have a question I would like to ask of you first.
Alright.
Do you see yourself as a leader?
Yes.
Do you want to lead?
Yes.
You sounded unsure.
Right. So I've been thinking about this. Does a good leader want to lead? Because I've seen people who really want to lead and they're dickheads. So is it about taking responsibility for being a leader as opposed to wanting to be leader?
Do you see yourself as a good person?
I've died for it, so yes.
There is truth to what you say. Many people who want to be leaders and thrive and thirst for it are usually the most unsuitable. A truly good leader is one that is thrust upon the situation and questions not, but does.
It sounds like me, to be fair.
I intend to find out.
Yes. It's not a written test, is it?
No.
Good.
As I heard from some of my compatriots when I was growing up, many people in their lives will have to have their soul weighed against that of a feather. See if they have lived a good life. While I will not weigh yours against the same measure, I intend to weigh your actions and deeds against my own scales and provide insight if you so choose to act upon it.
Okay. I'll take this on.
I will copy and paste in the chat now the first form of the bow, the Ring of the Bowmasters. I will say as well, one thing that I haven't put in that description, but it is a thing I should mention. Technically, you can't drop it, like as in drop it to the floor, because it apparates from the ring. It is attached to your hand.
It's kind of like Green Lanterns into your hand. Okay.
Yeah. So, like, unlike a normal weapon or even things like the spell Shadow Blade, you can't discard it. You have to spend that bonus action to despawn it.
It's not a free action.
No, it's not. It is a bonus action to summon and despawn. You can't drop it.
Okay.
That is one technically. It's technically a drawback, but it is one thing I've just thought I should mention because it might come up, especially if you wanted to say fire shots and then go into melee combat afterwards. It's not something you could do for free.
Okay. I suppose I could summon it bonus action before combat, but yes, trying to switch is...
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's more... I mentioned it more for the switching in combat. You know how we say, you can't stow and draw a weapon, but we'll allow you to drop a weapon and pick up a new one. Can't do that, because you have to... No, because it is technically attached.
To be fair, it's unlikely unless you're at range that you'll be using the bow, and you'll probably be using your rapier if things are at range.
Well,
anyway.
in the same vein as well, I would imagine if you intend to go into combat, you would account... Now I've told you, you will more than account for it anyway.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Sure, figure out a way.
The only thing that I ask is just simply do what you consider to be the right thing.
Okay.
The Quiente had two things that we did. Defend the defenseless and help the helpless.
Okay.
And we always did what we could to ensure those that stand as a threat were made to rethink those situations. We are not a pacifist group, but we don't exactly care for bloodthirsting.
Okay.
So basically, you don't have to like go non-aggressive and all this, but don't seek trouble, but be the one to end it if it turns up.
Okay.
Don't throw the first punch. Finish the fight. But you also, logic would say, when it comes to monstrosities and monsters and beasts, that rule doesn't apply.
Yeah.
That's more of a rule for people and humanoids and stuff.
All right. Yep.
Is there anything you would like to ask? I assume that in my slumber, your compatriot has spoke about me.
She just said that. I think that would be a good fit for the ring, being a leader, and trying to defend people who can't defend themselves.
Understood.
One thing though, source of my power is devilish. He sort of probably covers his mouth a little bit when he says it. Probably figure that out. Is that a deal breaker?
I have a complicated relationship with the Fiend myself, given all that happened to my world before and my reasoning for death. But I have come to understand that in this world that now exists after me, there are many people that choose to gain power from those that come below, and it is not always for an evil intent.
Okay. So you're killed by a fiend then?
I was there during the initial invasion points of the end of my world.
Oh, the devils and the demons. Oh. I see.
But, as I said, I am aware through my speakings with hundreds of people that have passed me from hand to hand that the relationships here and now are far different from those that came before.
Thank you for having an open mind. Very well. I guess.
It is necessary given the difference in this world from mine.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'll guess I'll see. He doesn't know how to say goodbye. He's like, I'll see you around, but you're always here watching me, so
There is someone walking behind you.
I'll speak to you later. He'll sort of.
Finger guns.
The thing is, the second you start to feel like you want to wrap up the conversation, you do feel the presence begin to fade, and once you kind of say an awkward goodbye, you do feel the presence dissipate. Because the entire time, while you never saw him, you felt he was there. Almost as if you turned around, you could see him, but he wasn't visible. Just a presence. But you feel that could change in the future.
Okay. It's been hurt in the past. Okay.
You do double side, just check, is he there? No.
No, I was meant. I just said you got hurt in the past. No, I didn't double side.
Oh yeah, there was someone that just didn't bother with him. Just didn't.
Well, you've also got to consider as well. He's existed for the entirety of the post-Krieg era, pretty much, and you can only imagine from aristocratic vaults he's been shoved in to maybe petty thieves that have broken in, pawned off, found and on the corpse of bandits, and then picked up by a hero maybe who was slew in an occultist lair. Do you know what I mean? You think because no one ever, and it's fascinating to think. You know, like legendary magic items. You think of the history and hand-to-hand items of past, like, yeah, this man's been passed around more than a hookah at a party. Do you know what I mean?
There is a spell for 5th level called Legend Lore, which allows for someone to see that.
It's only the last owner, though, if I remember right.
No, Legend Lore. You've learned tons, I think.
I believe you learn a lot about just the previous owner, but not the ones before that and before that and before that. But either way, it doesn't matter. You ain't got it. You probably won't bother, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah. You are now currently attuned to the Ring of the Bowmasters. Or the Ring of Bowmasters, I should say, sorry. And you know what? I got a good feeling about this. Actually, no, I'm gonna drip feed you. I was gonna say, do you want to see the other forms? Like, no, I'm gonna give them you as you earn them. I think that's better. Have something to look forward to.
Yeah. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I'm guessing the days begin to pass now.
Yes.
Doing
another day, and again, if anyone does want to do anything, please let me know. Because obviously this is a fairly long travel, so it's been 3 days at this point now. And I would probably imagine, Jozo, at some point you do maybe just practice with the bow, just like get a feel for it. Because the one weird thing is that it is weightless, pretty much. While if you squeeze your hand on it, you can feel that it's there, it's solid, it's like a solid, it's almost metallic in its feel, it's solid. But it weighs nothing. And then you continue. And this is where I'm going to ask you guys the question. How do you intend to find the vessel as you are getting towards the area? Because don't forget, although that circle I put is where the ship was seen, you've got to remember at this point now, that report was about 7 weeks old.
I will know Naya is spending the majority of her time with books in another place. So if you wanna, call her.
It'll probably be Otto, yeah.
Until 10.
So,
Like,
because I'll use this
12
Otto
hours.
door.
Say that again?
No Navarro's out of the way, he'll try his Otto door. Otto, get 120 feet rope.
Understood, Captain. We will procure this immediately.
And then tie one of yourselves down and start having a little look underneath the ship.
So, just I'm gonna explain this very slowly and very detailed for those watching. Because the intention here is to take one of these skeletal automatons, tie a rope around its waist, and then probably a few sets of rope attached, throw the some bitch overboard at a range in and around 150 feet so it can still telepathically communicate to the other Ottos. And then have another Otto stood by to report back findings.
When you put it like that, it sounds stupid.
When I put it like that, it sounds like you're waiting for them to unionize against you.
But it'll work.
Should work, yeah.
It may work.
It will do.
He's not going to drown, so
No, he will definitely. It will definitely not drown.
There you go.
The rope's the worry.
No, you guys haven't thought.
How heavy are they?
I would say they're probably about the size of an average humanoid. Probably about 17 stone.
All right.
In this day and age, that's a bit more than average.
Yeah, but they are also metal.
Is there any sort of settlements around here? Like, obviously not Snake Pit, but...
The way I diagnosed it, Ben, is if you look at the names of the islands and the points of interest, if they're outlined in white, they have settlements. They are outlined in green, they do not. Or, at the very least, they'll have such small amounts of people on them that it's not worth noting.
I'll probably message Arcaia.
Right.
And sort of be like, okay, are you aware of any Triton settlements near the Watcher Trio or Genie's Lament?
A few moments go by. I am aware of a number of Sahuagin settlements, yes?
I think it's Triton, isn't it?
No. Oh wait, no, you're right. It is Triton. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Yes, I am aware of a number of Triton settlements that may be in the vague area, yes. I do not know exactly where, but I have vague ideas.
So it's definitely like some in the triangle between Genie's Lament, the Watcher Trio, and Snake Pit, then.
I believe so, yes. I have had recovery attempts with vessels that have passed through and have bore wounds and damages that would be consistent.
I don't suppose you have anything more specific than that.
I can have a look for you.
Yes, if you could, and if you do...
And you'll kind of... And Naivara, you get told, I'll be back in a moment, I must attend to something. And basically, as he's walking off on the phone, the mental phone.
Before... Who is it? If it is... Is it... Well, I'm just asking, who is it? I'm
Josiah
curious.
is asking questions about Shitans.
Oh, I'm guessing they're getting close. Tell him to speak to our metal bender friend. He apparently got picked up by some around that location.
He will repeat that.
Thank you. And she'll go back to the boat.
I have been told to say that you have a metal bender on your ship, and he has had encounters with such people in this area before. But just heading to my study, as I did recover a number of magical items in that area before.
How long is the link open for, DM?
Well, basically, you send the equivalent of a sending spell, basically telling him, can you phone me back, please? Because I've got limited credit. And then he's got unlimited minutes on his telepathy, and he'll just open the link up to you.
So, he can just leave me on hold for a bit.
Basically, you send him a mental text, and then he will call you back.
So the serum just sends a ping, and then I page him basically.
The serum gives you the ability to telepathically use the sending spell once a day to Arkeir only. At which point, then he can, as he has access to a very comprehensive form of telepathy, he can just open a link to your mind, like he did with Nivara a number of times before, and then it's just a conversation back and forth. Your minds are linked, and then obviously at any point he can just cut it off. But the problem is then you can't get in contact with him again to be like, call me back, you know what I mean? So he just leaves it open. But obviously, as he's walking, it is silent anyway. He keeps his mind clear.
I'll go to find the Francisco then.
Yeah, the one thing I would probably say, which is quite a little funny thing, he's used to this. So he's used to when he's connected to someone's mind telepathically, he knows how to not accidentally transmit thought. Would Josiah have had similar training?
Fuck no. On my way to see Francisco. Hope he's not doing anything weird.
So literally, you are almost transmitting your... You know, anytime you think in your own mind and it's out loud in your mind, that's 90% of the time it's being transmitted. And you don't know.
Probably got a C rhythm to it, as I said, like, on my way to see Francisco, on my way, here I go.
Because obviously Novara is probably used to it, and he definitely would be. You would have no idea, and he's not even telling you that you're doing it either. He's
a great grandmother.
Huh?
Sorry. I imagine having a great grandmother who could use detect thoughts at will. Probably let Nivara to keep her thoughts to herself and be wary around people. Josiah, I imagine, is literally... You know how people can think of like 8 different things within 3 seconds? I can imagine it's just a slew of things. Yeah, carry on, sorry.
No, it's fine. It was just a thing I thought, like...
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just a thing to bear in mind. Right, I've returned to my study and I'm just checking some of the items that I have in my collection. Yes, here. I'm just looking at this conch that is enchanted. It was picked up, I believe, on the northern portion of the central island of Wattish Trio.
Northern portion, okay.
Of the central island, yes.
Okay, northern central, okay.
Let me ping it.
Yeah, give us a little, yeah, okay.
The center island, the northern portion. Yes, it was a convoy raid there. There was a number of ships that attacked a merchant vessel and sank it. I went to observe and found some wreckages and managed to claim a trinket. I made note of where it was. But do remember, you're going to be looking for Tritons. They often have settlements that are well into the depth of the ocean, and they will live in underwater cave systems, usually. So do bear that in mind. I do not believe any of you have the capabilities, except maybe one of your compatriots that would have the ability to do so easily.
To breathe underwater?
Or to even traverse the underwater, yes.
I think we can all breathe underwater at the minute, I suppose. Yeah, swimming might be a little bit difficult.
It's not impossible, just please bear in mind that your bodies are not entirely capable of dealing with deep water traversements.
Ah.
I believe Vlad will be sufficient, given their background as a sea elf.
Hmm.
But if you're able to find tritons and have them brought out to yourself and you can fight them in shallower waters, that would be much more advantageous.
I'll follow up with Francesco and see if he knows what they're looking for. Maybe we can be able to set a trap.
Very well. Is there anything else you need?
No, that's very helpful, thank you.
I'll return to keeping Nivara company, and I wish you fair seas.
Thank you.
That is something that your pirate kin say, yes?
Aye, yeah. Fair winds at your back.
Right. The connection will cut.
Yeah. He hung up on me. No,
and he will return to where you are, Nivara, eventually.
Francesco.
Francesco's asleep.
Just I don't care. He's knocking on the door.
After about 2-3 minutes of knocking. Yeah?
Sorry to wake you up, but I've got a few questions. When you were captured by Tritons.
What?
Tritons, underwater people?
Yeah, why?
Because we're looking for underwater ship run by Tritons to get that ship and get lots of money for it.
What do you want to know?
What were they looking for? Do you know where they took you? That kind of thing, and how did they keep you from like blowing up underwater?
They took me while I was sailing on one of the ships before, and they took a lot of us hostage, and they took us on their ship. They had a bubble they could make around the vessel appear.
Bubble on the vessel, I see. So it wasn't just. So yeah, they went underwater with their vessel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where on the map, where on the ocean, was you raided?
We were going past the expedition and the lament. We're heading to Ivory Sands. We were going to make our first stop.
Right. What did they take from the ship? What were you looking for? What were the?
They sank it.
Right.
They took.
Did they say why they sank it? What was their motivations?
Well, they looted it under the water. They did it so that they wouldn't have to fight other crews.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So they're just pirate Triton, basically.
Yeah, essentially, pirate Tritons in a submarine.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did, from what his understanding is, they sank the ship to prevent other pirates intercepting their catch, and then they just looted it from the ocean floor. They took hostages where they could, kept them alive, and as was explained, he was sold off. His freedom was sold. Is that it?
Yes, I think so for the moment. I think it's I need to find a Triton place and get into it somehow. And I've sent the most intelligent crew member away. As he's probably mumbling as he's walking away from front.
And as you're walking away, as you're saying, you sent the most intelligent crew member away. Camera pans down to the underwater otter, just flailing. Because what it is as well, because the ship is sailing, this Otto is going to be getting some gyroscopic forces, and it's just going to be doing barrel rolls under the water. It's going to be getting... Because he's being dragged through the water, don't forget. It's not just dangling there. He's being dragged.
Good job he's not got a stomach.
Yeah, but none of you are aware. And the Otto's not going to complain neither, because it doesn't care. But you've got this Otto being trolled.
You know when Dad sends wife away, Mum away, and then Mum gets home and sees what the fuck has gone on, and the kids have written up the wall, things have gone mad, the oven's on fire.
Kids in the toaster, yeah.
That's what I'm feeling like right now. Well, not that bad. I'm kidding, but yeah. Oh dear, I've just got my nose stuck in a book. Naya is reading that big book from back to front if she can.
I guess just I would be like, right, get everyone together, captain's quarters. We need to try and find. Yeah.
Missing Naya.
It's just like Naya would usually tell us how to find these fuckers, but she's not here because they sent her away on a sabbatical. So how do we find the Tritons and the Triton submarine?
As you're doing this, and after. Because you've been trolling the poor fucking Otto for probably about half an hour at this point. You hear a message come from the Ottos. Captain, there is a complication.
What?
Oh no.
And you'll see the one Otto look. The Ottos look down. The Otto has been destroyed.
Oh shit! By what?
His last words were he saw a large shark-like creature and something riding it.
What?
Oh, we found him then.
We found him. Right.
Hang on, give me a sec. Let me go into your ship's inventory and just mark off one Otto.
We're now down to 58 total Otto. Well, no, 57 because one was harvested. Parts, I think?
No, we lost. No,
59.
Yeah, you're at 48 and a half Ottos now.
58.
Because what it is, the intention for the ship was 30 on, 30 off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're to 58 now. Right.
Yeah.
Could someone message Arkai and tell him to send Nivara back, please?
Yeah, I can do that. I've got the free sending.
Yeah, and obviously because it's a fairly quick message, he will just send back as part of the telepathy. Understood, I will let her know. He'll kind of walk up to you, Nivara, and he'll kind of just put his hand like around your shoulders and just kind of lean over. I apologize, I believe you're going to have to cut your studies here today early. I have just received word from Uldar, I believe his name was. They have encountered a problem with the Tritons and asked you to return.
Of course. But I can come back, no?
Of course. Kind of like just gives your shoulder like you know and you like give a mate like a little pat and
she'll get the arcane gate out and give him a little nod and go.
Looks sadly at the book.
Yeah. Apparently there's problems back at home. Mum's, at a bottomless brunch, and Dad's going, I can't look after the kids. I can't do it.
Dad wasn't expecting to find the fuckers right now.
But yeah, you see Nivara arrive. And I'm guessing she's kind of blinking as well because she's been kind of like indoors for so long.
Not only that as well, but you're intensely focusing at scrawled text, so your vision's a bit fuzzy for it. But it'll pass. It'll pass.
Right,
look at this. What?
Sorry, we're under attack. Tritons were riding sharks underneath boat. They try and sink the boat from underneath, so we're probably going to have to dive in unless anyone's got any better ideas.
What?
No.
Well, they're going to attack the boat from underneath, aren't they?
Us fighting in water
Okay.
is going to be a very big disadvantage.
I am looking for better ideas, but
Okay.
if they're going to sink it from underneath the boat, then us standing on top of the boat is going to do fuck all.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. That's it. They're not going to come on board our ship. Or are they?
They might if pirates, but that's what they want.
Can I look over the edge of the boat? I know this is kind of stupid. I'll go to the edge and look over. Do I see any murky... Oh, that's a bit far off. Do I see any murky shapes moving beneath us? I'll also potentially and try and see if I can see like a submarine on the horizon. Do you know what I mean? Can I have a look around and look down?
Make a perception check.
I'll assist, I guess.
Hey, yeah, I'm allowed.
Yeah.
That was a natural one. Did you give me advantage or did you
Yeah.
give it a go yourself?
No, we gave you advantage.
Cool. Loads better. That's 22.
Ooh, yeah.
Looking off the side of the ship, what you see is about 100 or so feet away from the ship, on the starboard side towards the aft of the ship, you see a singular head poking out of the water. Blue-faced head just looking above the water at the ship.
Can you ping where that was? Or was it really far away?
It's far away, but it's in that direction.
That direction. Cool. I'll point to the others and get their attention and point over and say, see if you can see any others.
Yeah. I'll bonus action summon Bo as well whilst we're at it.
Guessing I would be here.
Yep.
For warning, don't forget to be in water. Things might go a bit.
And as you're kind of
It's
watching and
water.
you're calling other people over, you'll see another head, and you can see like 5 heads popping out of the water, just looking at the ship from about 200 foot away. And obviously at this point, like the ship is making distance on them because you are still continuing forward.
I will. Is there like? Have we got a parlay white flag?
You
Why are we going to
probably would have
surrender?
one somewhere, or at least you could make one.
We have
Right.
ship signaling
Flag.
flags.
Yeah. What? Are
No, you
trying
bought
to
those
do?
at the Wade's Rest, but this ship would
Yeah.
have them anyway.
Yeah, they'd be stocked. I suspect the Tritons with a submarine or subboat, whatever it's called, might be pirates. Not all Tritons are going to be the same, are they? Does it
How
make
did
sense to
something
see?
go wrong? You said something went wrong. What went wrong?
We lost an Otto underneath the boat. We got eaten by a shark.
So
This is where Novar
you're
asks
suggesting they
how
might-
Anotto ended up under the ship.
Okay,
It was an
you did the
accident?
thing, didn't you? No, I know exactly what had happened because he suggested it 3 times thus far. I've got it. You just wanted to see if it would work, and whilst it is a solid idea, I don't.
it did
Anyway,
technically
anyway.
work, but it isn't logistically feasible to keep doing it. But he gave
No.
us a warning.
Okay. But at the same point, he's giving you a warning that something went wrong when these things attacked him.
Mm-hmm.
Why else would they have attacked him if they
True.
weren't hostile?
Well, I suppose weird skeletal robot man under the water.
It's only 100 feet beneath us both. It's not that different. They have literal miles beneath us.
Fair. Let's just try and open dialogue. Fair enough, but I'm not. If
I mean,
it's not
you can,
shooting at,
but
well,
I just feared that we are opening dialogue whilst they can come in and take our ship.
Oh no.
They're under the water.
So we're just going to dive in then. We might
No.
just stop the ship. What are we doing then? Because...
Well, this is what I'm asking. What can people do? Come on, I need to list. Oh, wait. This is a real stupid idea. Does someone want to be a shark?
What?
I feel like you've talked to us about this before, and they're not.
Yeah,
You're not
it's a stupid
thinkers.
I
idea.
mean,
I'm
sharks
trying
are
to
more
think.
intelligent than the last suggestion. They're not by much.
Right, okay. Let's go through our solutions that we can do. How far are they away at this point? Are any come any closer?
250, 300 feet, maybe.
That's okay.
They're just observing for the moment. They have not moved.
I can't do anything until they're closer.
Well, we've got some ranged attacks.
Right. Let's think
You wanna
about
get
this
in?
logically. Why are we getting into the water?
It was more. I was concerned if they start attacking underneath the boat, then we're going to have to try and fend them off from underneath the boat. If they haven't started doing that, then.
Well, it's not only that, and I get where you're coming from, it makes sense, but we would be going into their environment.
True, but are they going to come into ours? Probably not.
We have to make them. I have an idea. And I'll turn to one of the Ottos. Otto, can you go and get some of the supplies? Not all of them, just enough that it looks like we have supplies.
And I'm assuming you'll specify what type of supplies and then... Understood.
Yeah.
How many? Because I can do a silent image.
Do that as
Quick
well.
sound. Cool.
What we're
Francesco
going to do
said.
is say we don't... Sorry?
I'm just saying. Francesco said they just sink ships and then loot them. Then.
Okay. What I was going to offer is we could offer to give them something and then draw them closer. We need to see this ship. This is the problem. Either we go into their environment and that's instantly at a disadvantage.
As
in
you're
fighting
talking,
them.
the 5 heads disappear under the water.
We need a diving bell. This would have been so much easier with one. Does anybody have any suggestions other than myself? Other than getting into the water. That should be our last.
How close are we to land?
Days.
Yeah.
Days, right, okay. We need to know exactly where they are, personally.
That's it. If we get off the boat and go diving, what's not to stop them coming under the boat anyway? And then we're fighting them with all their friends, and we die.
We're not going to fight the sub with melee weapons. We need the cannons.
Is there a way to get them on the boat?
Sorry?
That's the only way around it.
I don't know what you're saying. Repeat, please.
Is there a way to get them onto the boat?
The Triton?
Oh. That's the only way around it, I think, other than going in the water to get them come to us.
So
It's
how would
how,
we do
that's what we're trying to work.
Exactly.
That's all I've got.
Put a surrender flag, maybe it'll bulge and try and...
Okay. What
But then
does
they're not all
everybody
going to come
want?
on.
We are a bunch of people, they are people in the same way. We want stuff, they want stuff. What could they want? What would make them come on board?
Trade goods.
Good.
Shiny things.
Shiny things.
They're valuables if they're pirates.
But they sink. That's what you said, Francesco.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
we want to make us seem more valuable, right? Because they take hostages.
What treasure would you not want to sink? Art. So I think we've got things that will get damaged by the water. They wouldn't bother sinking us.
Well, then we've got to communicate that.
And they won't get into the ship.
Well, yeah, if they. Yeah.
Mental note for later, but when we take a job, maybe we should have thought about these things before we end up here. So I'm going to make a mental note, like, no one's to blame because we've all done the same thing here. We've waited until we got here. And maybe we should have thought about this before we got here, but...
You sent me away for 3 days!
Well, yes, but that was... we should have thought about it as soon as we set off for here, like... As soon as we accept a job, is all what I'm saying.
I mean, I have a suggestion. I don't like it very much, but we need to make ourselves seem more valuable. Ulda, you can change shape, no?
Yep.
Can you change your outfit as well?
The cloak, yes. Not the armor.
What do you mean?
A cloak of many fashions will change to whatever I want it to look like, yeah.
It only changes colour.
Like clothes?
It has to be a cloak then. Yeah.
Oh, that's not as good as I thought.
Do you
We
have
need to
the
make you
fancy
look like a
clothes
noble.
that we picked up? I've picked up some fancy, I think were the Yuan-Ti clothes, I think they were.
Yuan-Ti clothes? You mean
Maybe,
the ancient ones that we grabbed?
Mm-hmm.
Better than nothing, I guess. Make yourself look like a noble, quick. If we look like it, they might try and think that they could ransom him off, or her off, or whoever you decide to take shape with.
Okay. I'll run off and get the fancy clothes. I've probably got more than one set if somebody else wants. I think I had a couple.
I don't know what to do else at this point, to be honest. Like, I'm trying to think of my feet.
As you guys are discussing, you're kind of here breaching the water on the starboard side. And you'll see riding looks like a sea creature. And you'll see a Triton. It's probably... Hang on, let me put one on the map, just so I'm just going to put a token on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
About here, travelling at about the same speed as the ship, riding what looks like some form of shark.
Can we get the ship to slow down slightly so we're not shouting over rushing waves?
Ahoy!
Captain?
Slow your vessel. We wish to board.
Who's we?
Our crew.
Do I hear this before I run off to go get changed?
Sure.
Yeah, good. Because I don't want to take my armor off and then fucking...
I'll turn to Naivara, well, yeah, and sort of say, right, it's better to slow and get them on board than them attack underneath, surely.
Can I hide? Somewhere, maybe just below deck?
Yeah, let's move you to here. We don't have a Vlad on this ship. Hang on, let me get Vlad.
There is no Vlad.
Gonna need a Vlad. We need a Vlad.
Sorry.
There
We
we
need
go.
all
No
hands
Vlad
on
means
deck.
I'm not
no.
Vlad.
Make a stealth check, please, then.
It's
Ulda.
bad that we have no Vlad.
Right.
Bad we have no Vlad.
Be glad you have Vlad.
No Vlad makes sad.
But he's not a dad.
Oh, good. It's getting worse.
I have a stock.
So
of
how do you
them.
respond?
bad.
How do you respond to the Triton?
Yeah, I'll go
How do you
to...
get around?
And I just realised, I know where I got confused with the Sahagin. The Sahagin came into it with the entity you that got let out in Arcea's Lane.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's where I got
fine.
confused.
Yeah, we'll turn to the otters. Start slowing the vessel. Take it to half speed. Yes, we'll slow down.
Good.
What do you want?
Bring all of your crew onto the deck, onto the foredeck. Some of us will enter. The others will stay in the water and observe.
What do you want?
Anything of value.
But where you going to load it into? You can't load it onto your shark.
Slaps the roof of the shark. This bad boy can hold so much loot. Worry not how we're going to transport the goods. We have our means. Captain, at what speed would you like us to slow the vessel down to?
Half speed.
Half speed acquired. And then you're going to see on the other side of the ship another head pop up midship. Once you slow your vessel to a full stop, we will send 3 people on board. Make sure all of your crew are on deck.
Captain,
Yep.
maybe tell them no. She says it's very low under her breath at this point.
Yeah, and given the height, distance, waves, it's not going to be heard.
Is anyone does anyone need time? Start above table for a second.
Well, yeah, actually, is anyone currently needing to prepare, or is everyone in a state of readiness?
Because
Ready,
Desire's kind of like.
Why don't you? Do you think that in Triton culture they know what flipping the bird is?
Oh, I was just going to stall them for a bit. I was just going to fuck with them for a bit. But what do you mean slow stop? And he'll say to the Ottos, go quicker again, go full speed again. Do you mean how slow do you want it?
Full stop.
Full stop.
Oh.
You end in the sentence, but what? How slow do you want it?
I'll go to the Ottos as well if this guy's clearly taken up by desire.
Weigh
and
your anchor, human.
I'll get them to prepare the ballista at this point.
Well, the
get it
cannon.
close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cannons. Just be like, get ready.
What did he say?
Weigh your anchor, human.
Weigh your anchor. I mean, it's about 200 pounds.
I think I've got to roll getting pissed off check.
A wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna do the equivalent of a wisdom saving throw to see if he can keep his cool.
This is the best. I love Fiend's compliance. I love it so much.
Malicious, this is nearly.
Raise all of your sails and drop your anchor into the water. I only have so much patience.
What do you say? Raise my sails
and drop your anchor into the water.
Okay, he's getting really specific now. Damn it!
And he specifically said he's running out of patience.
Yeah.
Malicious compliance, that bitch.
What I'll do is, say to Naivara, get the Ottos just to shoot when they can. I'm not gonna. We're running out of time now. Just take the shot of the tube we can see, and he'll start going over to the sail and be like, "Oh, hang on, I need other people," and he'll start trying to pretend to raise the sails.
Make a performance check. Oh, this is fucking painful.
It's so good,
12.
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
Okay, well, we're hence the end of the road with this, I think.
I will say, his patience is wearing so incredibly thin. Nivara, give me a rough summarization of what you would like to do.
So obviously,
Because combat
she's already
is
set
not terribly far away at this point.
She set the automatons in motion at this point, so they are starting to get the cannons going. You can hear lots of movement. He'll be able to hear movement going on upon the deck of the ship and below the deck of the ship. And she begins a countdown, and you all begin to hear it, like her voice echoing out. And so she goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just the 2 closest cannons to each of those fire, if that makes sense.
Okay.
She is on board the deck of the ship. She's
because obviously, as Nivara's giving the countdown ready to command the 4 cannons to fire.
Right, so I know that we're firing cannons. I'll come up top deck again. Ready, bow.
Barnet?
I'm a handable weapon ready.
Lad?
I'll be preparing spells and get myself ready for battle.
Okay.
I am on the top deck, I would like to say as well. I've just told the nearest Otto to me, right? Because I wouldn't have gone below. Yeah,
Okay.
I just would have.
Someone's moving to the wheel. I was probably pretending to like move the sails.
As you were the one that gave the command, do you wish to fire the cannon?
So yeah, they're going for both the 2 that we can see. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so the 2 cannons that are firing at the one that you've been conversing with, can I get... It would be a 1d20 plus 2, because the Ottos have a plus 2 strength.
That's a 15 for the top one.
Let me check the AC of a shark.
That's a 16.
Pretty sure they hit.
Probably a lot lower. Yeah, I think a shark's like a 12 or something.
The big boys.
Yeah, they both hit. They both hit. So, Ken, for each attack, if you want to roll it all together, on the one target, it would be 4d12 plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's 39.
Fucking hell. Yeah, you absolutely eviscerate one of the shark that the guy was on. Like, it's fucking misted. Like, when you think it, like, about a half a foot wide projectile has just been shot twice into it, and it just sends him fucking tumbling. Can you do it again for the other side?
Yes, I can. I'm guessing that one misses, but that one I'll hit with the 21.
Yeah, that is exactly it. So 1 miss, 1 hit.
So 2d12 plus 5, I'm guessing. If you just half
Please,
it.
yeah.
So that one's 13 points damage.
It's not enough to kill it, but it's enough to severely wound the creature. And, like, obviously at this point, they are more than aware that, like, the time for combat is now.
Yeah, summon bow back. Bow in my hand. I do think I'm going to have to jump in the water, Nivara. I don't want to, but...
Jump in the water! Do not do it!
Can I get
Please.
some initiative rolls, please?
Certainly.
Initiative. What's that? Oof. Why are we so high?
Probably because of all the drugs you took.
I don't do it. No. Ryan's a good girl. She's taken no drugs. Recently.
Top of the turn order, it's a Barnet.
Barnet.
Okay. Nobody's on the ship yet, are they? No.
Nope.
In that case, the ladders are carefully about here, isn't it? You have to get up.
Yeah, that's about right, on both sides.
Okay, so I don't want to block people from getting off. I'm gonna stand at the edge ready.
If you want to stand here, Liam, I will understand that you're at the top of the ladder, like basically playing whack-a-mole already.
Okay.
So you're not on the stairs, you're not blocking the stairs, but like, because it's like a half space here, but you're alone.
Yeah.
I'll
But for this action, I'm going to do a boss-free magic.
Mm-hmm.
So for 10 minutes, I can add D3 whenever I make an attack roll or ability check.
Nice. Josiah?
Yep.
Good.
So, we established Bo's already out. I can see both, can't I?
Yeah, they're both above water. That one is in all sorts of trouble. The other one, the one on the bottom, its shark is incredibly wounded.
Right. The dudes. I'll do the one at the bottom. There seems to be more people at the top. I'll do that. So I'm gonna do bonus action. Place my PP upon him.
Okay.
Oh, it has to be within 30 feet, so I'll just move slightly there. I feel like I haven't done combat for ages. Then I am going to shoot my longbow. Magical longbow. +1 there. There's +1. I can do it twice, so I get advantage because I'm placing PP on it.
Yep. I'm assuming this is all through the Ring of the Bowmasters.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I can shoot twice, so I'll shoot twice at the Triton.
Hey, go for it. That hits. Oh. Yeah, damn.
I'll pop my PP as well, so that's 2d6 necrotic. That's another 8, and then you'll shoot again.
His shot got finished off. Like, they're both now flailing in the water as they're like scrambling to kick off what remnants of their mounts are left. That hits him again. And yeah, and with the carryover damage, yeah, you managed to finish the guy on the bottom off. Like, with the damage you'd already taken from the cannon, and with a combined 28 damage from you, because the way I basically fluffed it is, for the mount, I just increased the HP of the the Triton. So then, like, at some point the mount will die, and then the rest is his actual HP, do you know what I mean? Rather than doing two separate entities, because it's just easier. So, like, once the shark's HP dropped to 0, he's then unmounted, and then he has his HP pool.
Port Triton instead.
Is that it?
Yep.
He will let out, like, this blood-curdling, like... It sounds like a dolphin whale screech, almost. It's quite intriguing. And, he will pull out, like, a trident, and he will basically see Barnett at the top of the stairs, ready to, like, camp. He's gonna throw it at you, Barnett. I'm gonna say, given the situation, he's probably got disadvantage because he is bobbing in the water now. He's no longer mounted. Yep. Yep, 5.
That misses, I think.
Kind of just shoots over you and clatters on the floor near Uldar as you just see this, like, gnarled wooden and bone trident just, like, crunch on the floor next to you. You will regret this. We will be back. We will always be. And he's gonna go to the others. Make ways to them. We'll get there next. He's gonna roll 5, 10, 15, 20. He's got to there. That's him done.
Fire the cannon.
Nivara, sensing that he's trying to leave. Can I see anybody else?
Perception check.
Is that going to spend my turn, though?
It's the difference between a quick glance around the surroundings or if you really want to have a look.
That's fine. No, I'm going to do something else instead. You watch as I think he's still in range. I would like to try something new. I am going to put my count. Yeah, he's still within 90 feet. I am going to put my countdown on him, so everybody on the boat will see numbers begin to appear above his head. Do you know, like, has anyone here seen Death Note? I assume we all have, because you know how like, the numbers flash above the people's heads that the Shinigami can see, like how long they are going to be until they die. Well, those numbers appear glowing above this creature's head, and I'm just going to hold it on him, just to see where he goes. He is going to have disadvantaged as well on strength checks because he's in water, so that's going to be fun for him. And then for my action, I will have a look around for my action if I can do.
Make a perception check.
Perception?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Not too bad. 14.
Having a careful look around, you can see large shapes and movement beneath the water. Fast-paced, about the same size as what you've just been dealing with. And you can see them scattering in a direction towards the bow of the ship and ahead of where you guys are going. You can see 3 of them, almost in tandem, the other 3 that were the 5 that poked their heads above the water earlier. Heading off. Maybe to warn, maybe to flee, maybe to set up a trap ahead. Who knows?
So I'm just going to leave that on him, almost like tracking him as he goes, if that's okay. I don't want to do much more, I want to see where he heads to.
Understood.
If they're putting a trap forward. Yeah, so that's it, I'm going to put my hand down on him.
Question before my go. Does the ship get its own go in the turn order? How does ship combat work?
The way it essentially is with the exception of like held actions, like what Naivara is doing with the Ottos, the ship will go at initiative 0, and depending on what speed it was commanded to go at, it will travel that many feet, and basically you have to spend actions to like adjust sails, like if you want to go faster, slower, turn the wheel and stuff. Someone has to go, if you, because at the minute the ship is currently locked at going straight at half speed. If you want to turn the ship, you would have to go to the ship's wheel and spend an action to turn the wheel. Or command an Otto, which would be probably at least a bonus action, if that makes sense. The same with the cannons.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we can still command it to shoot.
Yeah, essentially you use your turn to command the Ottos, or do it yourself.
I won't, but good to know. I'll run up. And I'll fire a shot at North guy.
Yeah, roll a hit. I mean, he's fucked up, I might add. Because he got hit by 2 whole cannonballs.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, the 8 damage is fucking enough. As he kind of just gets bop in the back as he's swimming away. And as he's about to dive beneath the water, like you just see the arrow just kind of just breach through some of the water tension. And then he just floats back up dead.
The rest of my movement, which I have, I've got 20 feet left. I know. Back to we've got a crow's nest, so I'll probably get about 10 feet up to climbing up for the crows.
That's fine. But given that the other combatants are fleeing at the moment, I'm going to pause initiative there, and I think this is where we leave the session. With you guys encountering what seems to be a scouting party for the... I keep going to say Sahagin, but it's not. They're Triton. For the Triton Warband. As to what will happen next session, who knows? It's going to be interesting. Just to warn you guys, obviously the players know this. This is more for the people watching. The next stream won't be on the 20th as normal because I'm running a Lord of the Rings tournament at my game club. The next session will be on the 3rd of August. Get that shit in your diaries, and we appreciate it. And for those that are watching, I do appreciate you and I thank you. Recording is going to end here for those on the YouTubes. Goodbye.